Hello, I'm Eagle Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is fucking talking shit with Eagle, episode 503, We Nerd World. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Had a great, fucking Wednesday? Hopefully, you guys had a great Wednesday. Smiley Gardens popping in after delivering another great episode this evening. Shout out to Mr. Smiley's Gardens for holding it down. Tons of respect for him. Chat popped out. Whip out my chat. Get fucking live chat going. Check and check. Southern BT Grower. Cheers to you, Ill Justin 420. How you doing, Justin's Meds? Nice to see you as well. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Like I said, what are you smoking on? What are you listening to? Probably me. Smiling maybe. Cheers, cheers, cheers to all. Hopefully we got a couple people still in here. 7 currently. As soon as Smiley gets in here, do me a little dabber. Let me just do the dabber while I wait for Mr. Smiley. His connection on mine, Mr. Scotto. Cheers. Good evening to you. Dad, of course, some glory sangria. Hopefully that torch isn't too offensive in the background. Very tasty yucca. How you doing, my friend? 420. Mr. Green Fingers motherfucking Thomas says, finally they're here. Oh, so tasty. Woo. Good wait, Smiley. Good wait.
What's up, Eagle?
Cheers.
What's up, man?
Hey.
Great episode tonight, man.
Yeah, very good. Smiley.
How you doing, Eagle and Bingus?
Eagle and Smiley.
Getting all my shit turned off so I can hear you.
My what?
No, I just couldn't hear you guys.
You really made my day today, brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah?
Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I hope it works this time.
Yeah. I think we have a much better shot at it. And the cake? Oh, fuck me, really? Oh, my God. Thank you.
Yeah, that one would be nuts for you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. How you doing, Eagle?
Well, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, sir?
Good. Just staying as busy as I can. I'm doing a little more workout in the morning. So I'm sore pretty much all the fucking time now, which is just, kind of.
Good feeling, though. It's a good story,
It feels, but there's a difference from the old days or the younger days. I should say the old days. The younger days when it felt good to be sore. Now it's this muscle soreness along with injuries and flare-ups of past joint problems.
Muscle spasms where you're just like, oh, what the fuck?
So I'm stretching, I have in the kitchen, there's a kitchen counter, man. So today I'm stretching. I put my foot up on the counter. I'm doing the hurdler stretch, and my son's girlfriend walks in. So I'm just like, busted. Like, what do you got your feet on the counter for?
Oh man, I do that all the time. Don't even feel bad about that shit because I'm serious, man. Fucking my kids, everybody looks at me weird because I'm constantly stretching, man. I beat the shit out of this body throughout my short time here. And stretching's just a thing. I bet you I stretch an easy hour a day. Maybe not consecutive, but throughout the day. And I'm right there with you. I fucking table the kitchen table and chairs because it's a little bit 6 inches higher than, but I'll kick my leg up on that, fucking actually drop down to the floor and stretch the other way, man, and fucking. But it has to be done, man. You have to keep blood circulating through them fucking areas, man, and keep proper health, man.
Well, I got congenitive heart failure basically going on for me. So in my legs, most of the veins are 100% blocked. So I got to build micro veins to feed the feet. Because, dude, I'll wake up in the middle of my night, my feet are all cold and they're just fucking aching. I'm like, oh, fuck. I get up and walk around a little bit. So these are the things you have to look forward to. I'm just letting you know. So it's just, I don't know if it's an equipment. It's just, dude, I had a pretty much a meat and potato upbringing. My dad died of a heart attack when he was 65, just, and so, I mean, it's hereditary, but I'm fighting it.
We're glad you're fighting.
Yeah, man, they didn't have open heart surgery for him.
And you ain't gonna lay down and take it either. So all that pain is gain, man.
Yeah, thanks. I'll keep telling myself that. It's fucking tough, man.
Yeah,
Today was tough for me. I woke up and went, I'm just sore, man. And finally I went, I'm going to go back to sleep. And I couldn't. I was like, all right, fuck it. So I just went and hit it harder, even, just to fucking piss myself off. So we'll see how tomorrow morning looks. I don't know.
Are you accompanying the workouts with any form of like edible cannabis?
What was that? Edibles?
Yeah, are you mixing that in with your workouts?
I have I take a CBD gel cap every day. I don't have any edibles right now, or I would be. But the CBD really does help. And the enzymes help extremely a lot that I take. I tried to back off of those and fuck. I went right back because I was just freezing up. Couldn't make a fist. I mean, look at this. This is a perfect fist now. I couldn't even. It was like one of these. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this the claw or what? You know what I mean?
That sucks, man.
Dude, not only that, it would twitch. My fucking finger would twitch. All right. Now, dude, I gotta tell you, that's a little fucking weird. When you look at your finger and you're going, stop fucking twitching, just like mind over matter. Fuck no.
It's like, ha ha.
At least it'd be the middle finger, but it's this one. Shit.
It'd be funny if it switched. You tell it to stop, and it's like, fuck you.
Yeah, it starts to. It just switches to the next finger. All right, gotcha.
Robert, what you doing, buddy? You're busy over there at the farm. I can see that.
Oh yeah. Cheers, everybody.
Mr. Green
Chat.
Beans.
Good to see everybody in the chat room. Yeah. And great session tonight. Smiles, the same.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
actually wrote questions down. I was all prepared.
Dude, you're doing good, man. Shit. Right on.
I know what I'm gonna have. Some of the repeat interviews. The first one you can get by on winging that shit. You know what I mean? Second one, winging it may get you through. Third one,
You got a three-peat coming up.
better come with some fucking questions. Yeah.
You got a three-peat coming up. Be a good one.
Yeah, Mr. Soul. Oh, yeah.
That's the guy.
He's awesome.
I like listening to him. He's pretty good.
Me too. I like Mr. Soul a lot.
So
I
yeah,
do too. He actually volunteered to come back too. He hit me up the other day and he was like, "So you ready to talk some more fucking shit?"
Hell yeah.
well,
It's like,
Mr.
yeah.
Cole, if you're out there, man, we can't wait to see you, buddy. Hope you're lurking. Yeah. Everybody in the chat room, good to see you all. I do a black background now on YouTube. Do you guys do the black or do you do the white? You can
What?
go,
I don't know what you're talking about.
you know, on your YouTube page, you can make it a white background or you can make it a dark background.
Oh, mine's white.
I went to dark. It's a lot easier on my eyes.
Huh.
And the icons really look fucking cool on a dark background.
To the dark
I
side.
do the
Shane
dark
gets
on
on
my
the
phone.
dark side.
On the cell phone, it's definitely much easier on the eyes.
I do dark on the cell phone too, just because it works so well on YouTube. It's easier on there. Actually, the best, I learned this when I was in graphics, studying graphics. Black background with a yellow font. Just bam. Very noticeable to the eye for a human being. Much better than white and black, which doesn't make sense really, but it does when you see it. So, oh, yeah.
Speaking of yellow, I can't wait to use this motherfucker tomorrow. Hold on. Computer's awful laggy. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think I gotta go through and actually yeah, there we go. I'll get to use this fucker tomorrow. I was wondering if I was gonna be able to sneak this fucker in without doing the spotlights, because this background will be the spotlight cover for the 500 series. I've been dying to use it, man. I was like, man, at the rate I'm going, I'm never gonna get to use that cover. But we're gonna be throwing it down this week.
It's cool, man. Look at this setup. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's definitely MacGyver. You got a little MacGyver in you, I can see. Very good. Look at that.
Upside down fans.
Nice.
Oh
Them bearings
The
last
wall.
like that? How the bearings hold
yeah.
up?
They're the wall hanging fans. And so
Yeah,
they
but-
come with a hole,
On an S-hook
they hang on the
hole
on the
drill.
hook.
Nice.
So if you have it in the middle of a room, you just throw it on that hole instead and fucking hang it.
Huh.
So yeah, fucking pretty badass. I was like, what's the hole for? Then I read the instructions and I was like, no shit. Fucking
Yeah,
dope.
that's dope, man. Yeah. I always thought I'd fuck up the bearings hanging like upside down and shit.
And then you got these ropes that hang right there. So you can pull them to change whatever when it gets too high. You just stick it and then quick. Real easy pull. Like real easy. So yeah. And I got the fan on that side blowing out. And it's cold air blowing in from there. Circulating it, blowing back down. Gotta clean the fan. Got dirty from the last fan. That's the shit. I'm almost done. I gotta fill it with plants. I'm gonna put the biggest blue mile right in the middle. Fucking biggest one right here. This big bitch in my room. That one. Fucking huge. Bushy as fuck.
Good.
Look at that. Big fucking thing.
Just keep an eye for if you see any little nodes, you know.
Yeah.
It has happened. More
I've
than
been watching out. I'm pretty quick, pretty good on this one because I took one outside and I shocked the shit out of it on the third day. Like the other one stayed perfect though, but the other one turned. So I was like, fuck. I was like, I should have kept that around though, but I wasn't thinking at the time. Like, man, I could have crossed it over back to itself.
that looks very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
The biggest mile finally was a S1 Nanner from 8 Mile High, a beautiful female that I had. And that was one of my first times. Let's see what happens. And I ended up with 6 phenoms that were all like, and I kept 3. I'm only going to keep 1. And I kept 3 for like a year because everybody just, I want this one, I want that one. And then I narrowed it down to actually that's this number 2 phenome because of the ability of the branches to hold weight. There's just none of the other phenoms had that fucking arms like that were just very sturdy, very, very sturdy. So that's a little history for you. How's it doing? Doing good?
She's strong, man. It's a good girl for sure.
Right. Super strong, and it turned itself into a bush. I didn't even got to top it. It just fucking turned itself over.
I was gonna say that's the one thing I'd say about that Bingus Mile. She does not want a bush, man. That girl wants to grow one straight center branch. Like she loves that main stem. She's very apical dominant or whatever you call that, but she don't want to bush out at all. Like my training, you know how I rip the leaves on the top like that? She just whatever and fucking grows them again, and no, she don't do nothing but just keep growing that main stem. Like, all right, girl, we gotta have a talk here. We gotta figure this.
In the beginning, if you like actually take the top off, it'll
bush out then.
Yeah, I've seen it. But you're right. I mean, if you just let it go, it's gonna just go for the dominance. Which
nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's the quality a lot of breeders look for, actually. So it's
the Blue Mile I really enjoy the Blue Mile as well, as far as the taste, what have you. But it's not as stable, obviously, and not everybody likes the taste. The Bingus Mile, everybody seems to just, can't get enough of it, really. People are asking me for it now, and I don't have. I'm trying to run other things through, and I'm just like, I look at her in the corner. I'm like, doing it good. All right, just don't hang on. We'll be taking clones from you here eventually. So, wish I had more room, but then again, fuck, I'd have to clone myself.
Much respect for that Blue Mile. That pollen is strong, sir. Strong. It did not miss anywhere that it laid. That's for sure.
Oh, sure. You got a few of your other ones, did it?
Oh no, it just itself mainly.
Oh, I see. Good.
But it was like I've actually the other night when I was on the air, I broke one out. I had like a jar and a half, and I haven't even fucked with things.
Yeah, very nice.
I got. Stay tuned.
I can't wait to try it personally, man. Like, I don't know, smelling it, it's like nothing I've really smoked yet or smelled. It's definitely a different kind of, I don't know, old school reminiscent kind of smell. So
it's that Afghani indica, I'm telling you, is what really gives it the punch.
I liked it, as far as flavor and taste. I'm a fan. I enjoyed it.
Who was it? Robert, I think, said it tasted a little cheesy. And I have a double white cheese that I'm growing now, and I'm smelling it, and I'm like, that is, see, I don't know the fucking names or what smell I should say it is. You know what I mean? I'm very bad at that. Is that it there? Little hand.
Both of them, yeah. And it's funny, it's like, I don't know if you can see, look at all those right there. I haven't done anything but shake this jar. I put them in there to the dryer, and all of this is all I'm done. I actually smoked one yesterday. Holy shit.
Oops. Sorry.
Yesterday. And man, I bet I got about at least 10 out of that one. But,
Shit. Sorry, man.
like I said, it was self-contained.
That's good. I mean, I don't like to see that, especially when I'm giving them out. I no longer give those seeds out, by the way. I think I gave them all out.
But they're,
Yeah, that's a Blue
they're
Mile.
good. They're definitely worth it. That's for sure. I mean, it's been a situation though. I mean, things over here have been a little trying. You know, if it could be stressed lately, it was here. Let's put it there.
Well, yeah. Things
Yeah,
should.
that's the other Blue Mile right there. Outdoors or in the greenhouse.
Oh, cool.
A lot different, than the other one. Completely. Not as closed, more opened up, more airy, more tall, a lot taller.
Nice.
6 inches taller. Just today, all that was brand new growth right there at top.
Now I did take the face off OG and impregnated one of my 8 Mile High females, and I got several seeds out of that. They're regular seeds, and I'm doing a 6-plant pheno hunt there. I have a 6-plant pheno hunt with some original skunk #1, and this new strain, it's skunk crossed with chem dog from my buddy Big Mike, and I'm doing a 6-seed pheno hunt there. And I'm finishing up the New York City Diesel, which I've got 2 phenos that are just fucking amazing. But I'm at that point now where I'm like, fuck, dude, I need to grow something instead of like, because you put in like 3 and then 2 are males, like, oh fuck, so now you're short, right? So things have been off a little. You know what I mean? But I'm having so much fucking fun. And I looked in the closet today and I went, oh fuck, we're almost out. Like, shit. So I'm starting going through like what days or what, I'm like, all right, okay.
Rationing? You're down to rationing already?
Well, it's like I have people that are going to be calling and I'm going to like,
oh yeah.
They don't like that. So
that is the hard part about pheno hunting though. Like I've actually recently just had this same epiphany. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day about this. Like, but for example, like fuck, I'm drawing a blank on the name. Anyway, so you have 4 different girls going through, say, of one seed run, right? Say you pop 6 or whatever, 8, you got 4 girls going through. One of them's the obvious keeper, if that's easy to settle on, but you still have these other 3 that you ran through flower. Unless you're able to like cull them before you do the main seed run or somehow like that. But either way, you're dedicating one run to that pheno. Now, one of them can come out a banger. Everybody loves it, right? The other 3, if they're shit, guess what? You're sitting on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if people think it's shit, they're not gonna want it. And there you go. Now you're sitting on 3 where you could have had, you know what I'm saying? You could have used that space for producing something that people wanted.
sure.
It's always been the bitch about testing.
On the fucking head. What was that? Sorry.
I was just saying that's just always been one of the things I've dealt with as far as being a tester. I've always, you take that chance, because it's never been popped. And that's always the same thing with, I've said about being the fucking breeder. You know what I mean? You could put a couple of things together and it sounds good on paper, but you start popping some seeds, it doesn't always work out like that. You can definitely put 2 good things together and get shit. I've seen it. I've popped it. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it's just a chance that both the breeder and the tester takes in the process. People wonder why the prices are so, the price of seeds are what they are. fuck? We've talked about this before. What the breeder has into it in time breeding the strain and then properly testing and then hoping, the public's gonna jump on it to recoup anything. Yeah, there's a lot of time, money, and effort lost in that whole process.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's what I was waiting for this to open up. I finished sorting those seeds. I didn't weigh the final result, but I did take, we were talking about that the other night, that jar full of seeds, remember? We were like, well, how many do you think that is? Okay. And just make sure my math is correct, because I'm not giving exact numbers off the top of my head. But I weighed out 70 seeds on the scale, and it was 0.7 of a gram. And then I weighed out the whole jar of seeds, and it was 71 grams. So I think that puts it over 10,000.
Nice.
We were all talking like in the hundreds, yeah. But it's over 10,000, just that little jar that was there. So,
Dude, well, there's a pheno hunt for you.
and that's just a rough guess by weight, though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
No, that's how we used to do it at the hemp farm too. But it's hard to. How do you?
That's this jar there.
Oh wow, that's 10,000 seeds.
It's probably more like 11,500 would be my guess. But so you wouldn't think that, though. You know what I mean? Like that's a fuck ton of seeds, man. Like
Sure. Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Seeds.
And people complain about trim jail. Sort seeds jail, fuckers.
Yeah, sorting seeds is not fun.
It was never fun back in the brickweed days, and it still ain't fucking fun.
I tried. What was it? Jack, I think, had a method with the paper towel. I tried that. Yes, sorry, Jack. I just use a shoebox and a credit card. Seems to be the most efficient way for me to get her done. And then I have to pick out the shitty ones, At the hemp farm, we had a machine that was like $150,000. I don't know. It was expensive. That you could put the seed up there that you wanted it to sort. And so we put like 3 or 4 or 5 tiger stripes, and then you'd end up with a bunch of seeds. There you go.
Yeah.
That are light colored, but are still good. But I'm like, what do you do with these? Oh, we usually throw them away. I'm like, what? So, yeah, lots of seeds. Enough to throw away.
Yep.
Crazy.
What I was showing there is a sifting tray, and they fit right inside a 5-gallon bucket. So like the initial biomass when you're just tearing it up, trying to get this, like I just let it get dry as fuck, and then I was just kind of tearing it right down, But that part of it, you can sort out the big chunks of plant material, and the seeds kind of fall through. And there's 3 different sizes that I have. So like the bottom one will kind of catch. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like.
Well, you guys when you do the micro screens, you go like eagle making his hatch, and what you're doing with seeds, right? That's cool. I usually don't have that many, thank God. I don't want a bunch of seeds because they're just going to go to waste for the most part. You know what I mean? I mean, can you imagine? You got 11,000 seeds. I mean, I'm curious what each one would produce, right? But I've done, like I've mentioned before, 80,000. You go blind after a while. You can't spend more than about an hour or 2 doing just that. You gotta, because they just your eyes go fucking. Everything starts looking the same. At least for me, it's like, gee.
Yeah. Good point, though. I mean, even if you were saying a small breeder, I don't think I would even delegate the task until it came down to like packs. You know what I mean? Pull out the jar. Pull out 5. Good.
So I do.
You know what I mean?
So I do it now.
Save me some.
Everybody wants it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saves it the time.
I got bags that I leave in my drying chamber on the top shelf, just full of seeds. If I want them, I just sort through the bag. And I did 6 more, or no, 3 more of the hog. Hog's a good one, man. I got 1 pheno of the hog. Oh my God. That's a keeper. But I crossed with the blue diesel, and man, I'm telling you, that really, I'm still sorting through those, but God dang, every one of them is looking really good. Now, see, that's when you're like, touchdown, like every pheno is a fucking keeper. And see, I get, and that's why, I don't know, it's been my experience that the S1 drop, I get more consistent phenos that are just fucking awesome. You know what I mean? And it's like, let's do that again. You know what I mean? And it's not, but even then you're not, it just, dude, I think it's divinely guided. I swear, because I've done some stuff where, like I had the death bubble. All right, I don't want to talk too much about that because I'll probably get fucking sued, but didn't breed
Right.
well.
This
Didn't breed well.
DB, we know what you're talking about.
Yeah, didn't breed well, and and I tried and I tried and I tried because there's a lot of expectation, and nothing. A lot of wasted fucking time, basically. And the DB is so. There's certain strains that just don't want to play. Period. Like my blackberry, I changed it over to a male, no pollen. Okay, fuck. Well, you're just tease me. You're just gonna tease me. Beautiful. I mean, it looked like, oh man, these flowers, and they open up, they're just nice, and I'm just going, where's the dust? Nothing. What the fuck? Really? So you get your little fuck you moments from the plant, but just kidding. Just kidding.
Anymore. I used to take that shit kind of personal too sometimes, man. You grow out a strain and it wasn't that good. Be like, man, fuck did I do wrong, man? You know what I mean? Yeah, there's something I can make it better. I can do it better and shit. No, fuck it.
I've learned that actually because cut that platinum cake cut is like that. I don't care how I don't know. I shouldn't say this. That's probably extreme. Within range, I've seen that plant growing out in a number of different medias and grow rooms and styles. And every fucking person that's ever grown it gets a frosty ass fucking nug. Like it's the frostiest fucking nug you've ever seen. And it's crazy. Like, but it's genetics. You know what I'm saying? Like I've personally, I've had runs with her too where shit didn't go the way whatever happened along the way, temp went up, whatever.
Yeah.
Shit fucking rocks right along, man. Like I overfed the one round and some of them got kind of freaked out and foxtaily, and she didn't at all. She ate it right up, fucking loved it. Like bring it. So you should have some fun with that one. She came from a deep water culture. The guy that I got it from is Pat from ABC, and that was part of his breeding stock. But he runs all like deep water culture, and he's phenomenal at it. He's fucking phenomenal at it. It's beautiful stuff that he does. But yeah, so she should be ready for some of that too, man. Like, she's like, oh, I know this environment. Like fucking.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the rascal in dirt when it gets here. So they're going into 1 gallon dirt buckets just to make sure I don't freak them out. But I may just take the cake and put it right into the hampy.
Believe it or not, Rascalberry went through the transition with me. So she's fucking, when I originally popped that, I was running cocoa with House and Garden.
Well, maybe I'll do one of each. We'll see.
Yeah.
See what my mood is at the moment. You guys do that. You plan and you think and everything, and then it comes right down to it, and you go, you just go go a completely other direction.
Yeah. I do that a lot.
Planning in the world. I don't know why I did all that. Fuck.
That's funny.
I need to smoke.
Please do. This is the cannabis smoking show, Vegas.
We, the weed nerds, need to fucking get high.
Yeah, it'll be a fun little planning project this winter, actually. So
It's gonna drop some beans tonight, actually.
yes, full moon.
Full moon.
Oh, it is too, ain't it? Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, good time to plant, right?
Mhm.
Huh.
I didn't need to crack any, but I still did. I ended up getting the popping some of AB Seeds vanilla kush cake. So it's platinum cake crossed to the kush mints from anyway. There's platinum kush mints, I'm sorry.
It's like
You're having lots of fun,
right?
I know that. You guys both are having lots of fun. We all are. So are you, Robert?
I do like doing that though, Bingus, like as far as seeds go, I don't know, like I kind of, when you first initially start looking at seeds, there's so fucking many to choose from. It's overwhelming. Even the seed banks, like there's so many, like, you know what I mean? So like I tried to zero in on like certain,
These are my seed banks.
yeah, certain types though. So like High School Sweethearts, the one, for example, like that's a clone only kind of thing, but there were several different cuts that I got. Like High Mac is a High School Sweetheart cross, you know what I'm saying? Like Mac. So anyway, I had several different ways that got crossed and outcrossed. And after growing several different ones, even though I've never really encountered the original, I have a pretty good idea of what flavor profile that thing's going to kind of pull through, and what, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of see it mixed with different things and you're like, oh, you got that trait and you got that trait. I bet it's from the mom. And like you kind of zero in on things, is what I'm saying.
Okay, now, exactly. I mean, now, for example, I recently made some more finger smile seeds, okay? I didn't have the original female nanner, so I bought a bunch more 8 Mile seeds, and I picked the best female that gave me a nanner, and I made some more seeds. All right, now, so it's not the exact same match, okay? Similar, and that's what happened. I mean, fuck, I lost my train of thought. What did you just explain, Smiley?
Well, I'm trying to
So
all about different running different cross, the same cultivar cross to different things, and you run out those seeds.
okay, oh no. Okay, so the genetics in the Thing of Smile had Kimbo Kush. Okay. Now I've never had Kimbo Kush, but I've read up on it, what it looks like, what it tastes like, what it smells like. Okay. And I had one pheno, Kimbo Kush, out of that seed run. And I fucking kept it. And I call it Kimbo Kush. I don't, but I explain that it's obviously leans in that direction because genetically it was in there. Right. It's just like the blackberry, same thing. I had one pheno. Actually, the thing is, the one you have leans a little more blackberry in taste. All right. And then another pheno leans a little more into the 8 Mile in taste. But also, if you look what's in the genetics, like on the blackberry, it had Kimbo Kush, it had Starfighter, right? And in there was another OG Kush. So you start seeing these different phenos, and if you study them, you're right. You can, hey, this, I bet you money, this one favors that genome or whatever. I'm not sure the terminology. But again, dude, this is the shit that just fucking gets me going, man. I mean, I just like, wow, okay. Used to got my own man going too. I mean, with it was because birds and animals, very similar techniques. Okay, like my dad, he was commissioned by the federal government to back cross the golden pheasant back to where it was, and he couldn't do it. And what he did is he put something in the feed. I think it might have been some kind of silver oxide. I don't know, but it turned one of the females into a male. All right, and that male studded out back to the original genome. So it's like, and he would never tell us exactly how he did it, right? Because again, I don't think that was kosher. Okay, it's just like me talking about S1 pollen. It's not really an accepted thing, you know, but you have to stretch to get back to originality is what. And
or to capture unique traits, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, my own
recessive shit doesn't always pop out. Like it, you know, you can cross it all day long and it could just sit there recessive, and whatever you crossed it to comes out the dominant phenotype, you know.
But oh, man, I enjoy doing it. That's why I wish I had more room. I wish I would, you know, I was a little bit younger. I need to find a young woman to keep me alive longer. That's what I think. Just saying.
So, guys, what do you think here? Well, you know what? I'm going to do a poll. I'm going to do a poll. I forget I could do that. I'm going to fuck around on YouTube. Actually, I'm going to leave this up to you guys. I'm going to poll this out.
Oh, okay. The seat.
Hey,
He's all proud now. I got a poll.
I am.
I could fucking do a poll.
Polls or stripper polls. What are we talking?
The polls are
I
fun.
got
I
a new
actually
toy.
forgot all about it.
That's funny shit.
I actually forgot about them. All right. So these are the crosses of what could go down next. These are the next seeds to be popped. One of the three here. These were sent to me by fellow weed nerd Josh Lacrosse, which he was on the show with the double lung transplant, longtime weed nerd. Him and another friend have started a seed company and asked me if I'd work with them, pop some of their genetics. They've got, so this is G-Dog, which is their Maui Soda Pop times Maui Skunk Dog regular seeds. That's one possibility. And I'll be putting these in the chat, in the poll. The other one is Maui Skunk Dog times root beer.
Root beer.
Maui Soda Pop times Maui Skunk Dog, which is dog pops. So one of those three will be dropped during this full moon. So
I don't see a poll though.
I worked on it.
Stripper pool.
Now I just feel rushed. I shouldn't have said anything.
Nice on the spot. Everybody in chat's like, "Where's the poll, Eagle? I want to see the poll.
Dude,
I want to put my vote in." That's awesome.
I gotta go to live chat. God damn.
It is a cool deal. I know I'm voting for the one I got in mind has the Maui, the dog, and the skunk in it. I'm just saying.
That sounds good. Where's the pool at?
I knew I should have said no. I'm working on it. I'm a chicken typer there. Fucking one finger typer, basically. These are skilled trade hands, goddammit. Skilled trade hands, so tight. Reminds me, I was watching Office Space the other day. You guys ever watch that movie? God, I love it. I think I've watched that movie at least 50 fucking times.
What one's that?
Office Space.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Oh, Vegas. Please don't say that. And you gotta find time an hour and a half to laugh your ass off and watch that movie. That's like that's an awesome show. Awesome show. You will not regret. Still working on it.
Red Pill, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Hey, what's up?
This makes good labs. That's all I got to say. Okay.
When you don't show your face, you're black and you blend into the background there.
Yeah, I'm still tethered up to the charger.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, I lost a whole hour of time. I don't know what I was doing. Then I came here and saw that you guys were live.
You'll find it. It's somewhere.
We know.
I heard you talking about golden finches,
Golden pheasants, yeah.
pheasants.
Pheasants, yeah. It's has a golden cape that comes down that covers its bill. It's a beautiful bird, red and blue and gold and orange. It's one of the main birds in China.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if it had anything to do with the virus or not, but perhaps, I'm not sure.
I believe I have it all ready here.
My vote is for the root beer one. Do I got to go and do it? Or can you just pretend I did it?
Space. I wrote it down, guys. Thanks, chat. Office Space. They think I should like. I take notes.
Oh, definitely.
My memory isn't that good.
What did I keep wrong here? My yes, the community is not.
Dude, I'm gonna have to buy Eagle a mic too, I think. Fucking A.
And it's way the fuck over here. I actually got a couple of put that other headset on. I talk over everybody.
My mic kind of blends in with my background. It's got this black little nose handle on it, which works pretty good.
My over too many fucking. I bet you I'm one of them. I'm not over my characteristics. Oh yeah, I see it right here. I'm over 5. I got it.
I just immediately guarded my ankles. It's like, what the fuck? So I know.
You got like mailman reflex and shit.
The house that I lived in before here, the neighbors had 2 miniature, those tiny Chihuahua Doberman Pinscher thingies, dogs, and they would fucking attack me. And them little fuckers can bite, man. And I tried to punt them a couple times, and they're just too fast. So I'm always, every time I hear that noise, man, I'm like, where they at, little fuckers? I'm gonna get them. They finally bit a kid down the street, bit a little kid, like 10-year-old kid. This dog bit him, and the parents caused a big stink and sued him. And they had to put a fence up around their yard for their 2 little Chihuahua Doberman Pinschers. Crazy.
Hopefully you guys can
Read
read my abbreviation here. I had to fucking take out some of the spaces here.
Are we?
You only get fucking 35 characteristics.
What do you got to do?
Put in each
Put
option.
in a fucking lathe and fucking lathe it out for us? I mean, what are you doing over
Pretty much, yeah. It smooths out all the rough spots and double
Oh,
check
there it is.
it.
Oh,
Wet it down and let the grain rise and sand it again one last time before fucking painting it.
all right. I know which one I want.
Yeah.
Oh, boom. I guess everybody likes that one too. That root.
I just looked up. I see 100%.
So why the root beer? Why is everybody asking?
Just because I've never fucking heard of that fucking flavor.
I'm desperate to try it. Sounds amazing. I love root beer. Last thing I drank was root beer.
It's not the root beer pop though, is it? Isn't it the root beer hard candy? Isn't that the flavor profile? It's like the hard, you know what I'm talking about? The A&W, the root beer hard candy.
Yeah, I like both of those. Like bottle caps. I love those.
Well, not like bottle cap, like they're like, I don't know, they're the old school hard candy. They're like brown.
I
We
almost
we
would
used to
like
get
the
'em
hard
trick or
candy
treat. No, you little
flavor better.
fucker.
I know which ones you're talking about. The little barrels.
Yeah.
They're like little barrels, hard candy barrels.
Yeah, it was more
They're gross.
almost like like a coffee kind of a flavor thing to it.
We used to have a lot of
Almost like a root,
drive-in.
sarsaparilla root. Sorry.
The A&W drive-in, and they had the best fucking hamburgers and root beer floats, and it was a cheap place to take your date and really get a good thrill.
We still have one right here.
Yep. Me and my dad would take the 64 El Camino up to it.
But I heard it leans to a lot of the black licorice side. So I guess if you like that kind of a black
Actually, I don't. I don't like that.
you know.
Womp,
And I-
womp, womp.
Because there is the cola fino. That's just my basic knowledge of what I've heard about it. But
Well, that's what I would lean towards if I found it. Because I don't like that black licorice. I like Jägermeister. A lot of people can't drink it. I
Yeah.
can. I don't mind it none. But
'cause
I
that
don't
hard
like the
candy root beer is almost along that like anise kind of thing too. Like I remember it having like a funky
Yeah,
flavor to
I
it.
like it. It's a good one.
I don't mind the black licorice flavor. I like that.
I don't want it on
I'm
weed.
right
I don't
there
want
with
dog
Red
poop
Pill.
on weed.
I like the root beer, but once you kind of want to call it black licorice, I'm like,
We used,
Yeah.
we used to get the
Yeah.
black licorice that if you cut it, it looked like fucking hash, and it was brown in the middle and black on the outside, and it was really gooey and yummy, and it wasn't this stretchy shit, you know. And so I don't think you can get that kind of stuff anymore.
You can specialty candy shops or something, but the actual I think it's anise is the like terpene or whatever that is that black licorice, but I don't know. I don't mind it as a smoke. I think it's really stony. It's in that similar to me. It's in that similar as like burnt rubber. It's kind of like that.
I love burnt rubber.
I like that.
Burnt rubber is really stony. You know what I'm saying? Like usually that kind of shit's really fucking stony. And I think that black licorice kind of falls in. For me, it's really stony. But I've talked to people too that say it just tastes like fucking, burnt charcoal and shit. They fucking hate
Yeah,
it.
Kind of dirty,
It
like
tastes
dirt.
like fucking ass, and like shit, they don't like it at all,
Yeah. It's still dirt and earth at the same time. It's weird.
I agree with you. That licorice is very, very stony, but I don't like the flavor of it. But I definitely like the high. But I'm not a. That's just one flavor profile, yada yada yada. That's like for me across the board. I'm actually like this shit like this. I got this I was showing this the other day, the mushroom tincture. This has got licorice root in it. And there's other things I consume that I know has licorice root in it for health reasons. It's, don't ask me what they are right off the top of the cuff. I couldn't tell. I'm not even going. But I've noticed lately because I've noticed the taste a little bit. I'm like, man, that tastes a little bit like licorice. You know what I mean? It's just present. And then I look at it and I'm like, yeah, you couldn't fucking hide that shit no ways. You know what I mean? That black licorice is just there. You know it's there. You can't hide it.
Hey, we shall see.
Kind of becoming a big fan of the floral kind of categories too. Some of those are getting.
The 8 Mile High has an orange blossom smell. There's one pheno.
See, I don't know what an orange blossom smells like, so I gotta,
neroli.
It's a,
Oh,
it's like a cherry blossom, only a little more citrusy.
only orangey.
okay.
See, I act like I know what I'm talking about.
Orange blossom essential oil is in a lot of perfumes. It's called neroli.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
kumquat, or like the same thing. I smoke kumquat blossoms off the tree. So yeah,
Yeah.
The little cases they come in.
I really like the woody terps. I'm a sandalwood and cedar.
Hmm.
But if I find those, fall in love.
Cedar wasn't all that though. I don't know.
I got a leathery tobacco-y. Like
I
more
don't mind
leather.
that.
Yeah, that came from my Black Line Reserve cross. So
You know, I can learn to like almost any smell that gets me just fucked up. You know what I mean?
Anything too woodsy gives me fucking like brown weed flashbacks and shit.
bad weed anxiety.
Brown weed
Yeah.
flashbacks.
Brown weed anxiety. So fucking
What is it?
Got PTSD from the brown weed,
Is that
man.
the paraquat weed
Oh,
from the old
It's a
days?
trigger. It's a trigger in my head.
it's his trigger exactly.
It's hardly enjoyable once I hit it. I'm like, man, that's brown weed. Damn it.
That's
Yeah, but
that's
some
why
of
you
that
don't like
brown weed
purple.
back in the day was good, man. That shit, if you could get by that like earthy, woodsy kind of taste, some of that stuff had a fucking creep to it that would fucking knock you on your ass. That was the only good
I
thing.
called
about
that
some of
terpene
stuff.
the mossy tree stump. That's what it reminded me of, a mossy tree stump. Or camping, like collecting firewood during camping.
Camp. Haven't done that in a while.
Good. You like the Cindy 99 cut I have. That's be right up your alley then.
I have some Cindy 99 seeds that I need to run before they get too old. They're already about, I don't know, I have to look on the bottle, but they're more than a couple of years old. I think. But you never know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I got too many fucking seeds, dude.
We got Mr. Soul coming on. Eagles got him coming on Friday, and
Yep.
I was wondering about that Cindy 99 because wasn't Mr. Soul friends with Sub too? And I was just wondering about the Jack Skellington and like maybe hitting that to the Cindy 99.
I hear a lot of good shit about the Jack Skellington. So
I can't. I'm bummed that I missed you this weekend because I was really looking forward to sampling some of that Jack Skellington. That facial expression when you smoke it sells it for me. I've come to know you pretty good in conversation the last year and a half nightly. When you're smoking that Jack, you're definitely set back a little bit slower on them backs, that's for sure.
cool.
That's funny.
That says a lot. That says a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe staring off at the wall for like no reason, just like
Sounds like my kind of stuff.
right. Half a joint that went out in your hand still while you're staring at the wall.
It's good. Yeah, I like that. Don't really smoke joints much, but yeah, I used to.
I'm looking forward to the actual full run of it too, because like this was just set off to the side in indirect light in a 1 gallon pot. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't get the love and attention that they're getting now. So they're praying hard right now.
Ned is asking, does my Blackbird come out florally ever? It's more of a taste, I think, than the smell. It smells more gassy, in my opinion. So it's more of a taste and the look. It turns a very beautiful dark green and purple. And it's an indica squatty little beautiful plant. Very fine root system, and it grows very slowly. And the buds are they look a lot like the biggest mile, only they're not quite as big and not near as many of them at all.
Those are all the Jack Skillingtons right there.
I look at that one, man. It's just like Hercules.
Yeah, there's like standing out super tall. Yeah. Hercules.
Hercules.
You know, if you get a chance to get that question in for Soul, that would be a good question actually about those.
Remembers this.
Because the Skellington has Killer Queen in it. That's also a Brothers Grimm strain. So it'd be like a
That's
Killer
what I
Queen.
thought. Yeah, it had one of the.
What's that? Oh, that's a. I thought that was hash there, dude. I thought you were rolling the bars of hash.
Shit, I wish I'd fucking love a brick of hash like that size right now.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Break it off. I almost do it like a chaw. Oh. No, that's the old joint holders, man. Remember that? This fucker's probably just as old could be. That was the original fucking travel joint holder right there. Make the fucking wood shop. Brought it out the center and shit. You don't remember these? Oh, I'm the only old fucker that used to pocket one of these.
I used to get this cigar.
I had the zigzag.
Cigarette ones. I carried the clamshells.
Oh yeah, they popped it. Yeah. We had the zigzag. Dude, we didn't actually, if you used a rolling machine, you weren't cool. So I didn't really, I mean, I would take a paper and I would make the trough and I'd grind it perfectly and I'd roll it and lick it and just, I got pretty good at it. Then sometimes you put two papers together, you lick them together and stick them very carefully.
Does anybody here know what a New Yorker is? Does anybody know what the New Yorker is?
Chrysler New Yorker?
Well done.
No, in joints.
Oh, come on.
Do you know what a New Yorker joint
Yeah.
is?
That's when you connect the joints together, right?
Hey, Red Pill knows. Yeah, it's a double on.
Yeah. See, I know what a New Yorker applied to joints is, and I'll hotbox a New Yorker in a Chrysler New Yorker.
Go. With your pimp suit on.
Hell yeah. With that plum crazy purple
That'd
paint
be a
job.
sight to see. Yeah, that'd be a sight to see there.
77 New Yorker. That's the year.
I am very stoned. I want to go deeper into the weed world. Loading up.
20.
So what do you do in public, Vegas, if you don't smoke joints? Do you have a pocket bowl?
I really don't go in public.
Problem solved.
You know what I mean? I don't smoke out of my house. When I leave my house, I usually don't smoke. Plus, I take a gel cap. Now, when I worked at the hemp farm, I had about 6 joints rolled for the day. And I had them in a nice little plastic container. But I would be giving them out to workers and at breaks. And they just, yeah. And
it's 20.
People love me. They were like, "What's this? Oh, what's this one?" That's what I was just,
If I pull through your drive-through and you tell me it smells good in my truck, I'll instantly give you a truck. If I can sneak it to you somehow, I'll be like, "Smoke?" All the time.
But at the hemp farm, people be smoking while they're working. I mean, not while you're working, but you take a break and people would light up and smoke, and then go back to work. It was all cool. Everybody smoked except for the owner. He didn't smoke, and he was the dick. And he's the reason the company failed because they misappropriated. He didn't manage his funds properly, which happens a lot to people. You notice that? I mean, I don't know if you notice this, but let's say you get into a business and you're thinking, all right, man, I can make a nice, $500,000 a year, right? That'd be just fucking peachy, right? And then all of a sudden, 10 million comes in, and then 50 million comes in, and you're like, holy fuck, I'm God, right? And you start just blowing money like it's fucking bananas to the monkeys. And next thing you know, you're on opioids and alcohol continuously, and everything slips down the fucking drains. So it's kind of weird. You're not used to having money. Chances are you won't have it for long.
Yeah. That's a Jim Rohn fucking lesson right there, man. If you want to be a millionaire, you must learn how to be a millionaire on the way. Because chances are, if you don't, you will not have that shit.
The upside is once you lose it all and you get over it and you build it all back again, hopefully you've learned how to keep it. And usually it takes falling flat on your face to learn how to fucking stand up and walk correctly. And it's, I've seen it a lot, especially because I played a lot of poker and I dealt with a lot of business people. And I used to golf, same thing. A lot of business gets done on the golf course. It's like Cheddar Bob. I'm sure where's Cheddar Bob? Anyway, I like his golf Instagram post. But yeah, I must be high because I'm really getting off topic. Sorry. Cannabis.
Cannabis.
Everybody?
Got any other breeding stories from your relatives?
What was that?
Oh, Angus.
What'd you say?
Nobody can hear you.
Any other breeding stories from your relatives?
I can't hear you. Right.
He has a hard time hearing. So
I'm half deaf.
He's old. You gotta speak up.
you got to speak up and enunciate.
What do you want, Sonny?
Enunciate. and enunciate
Breeding
your words.
stories. Any other old time breeding stories?
Breeding
From
story.
good old uncle, I breed it all.
Oh, I can tell you my uncle. That guy, he was 6'6". He played football for Nebraska back in whenever that was. 60s? No, 50s. I don't even think they had leather helmets probably. I don't know. But he was kind of a risk taker as well. I'm not sure how he came up with the pink iris, but he was into irises. And he made a very good living selling iris bulbs all over the world because he was one of the first guys to develop a pink one. And how he did it, I don't know, but it was kind of a task that was not able to happen until he came along. But he used to smoke weed, and it would smell like weed. And my dad would give him shit. I just thought they were kidding around, right? My dad died when I was 17, and I went to my uncle when my plants kind of fucked up, and I didn't know, it started budding, and I thought something was wrong with them. I didn't know what budding was. And I went to my uncle, and he had just smoked a fucking joint. So, but the motherfucker, he would never smoke with me, and he would never admit to smoking. But he would tell me every goddamn thing I needed to know about the time cycle and what strain is it. I'm like, what the fuck was that, right? My buddy's got some seed. He said they were Hindu Kush. He goes, oh, really? No, you don't smoke weed. Uncle George. We used to call him Hike, Uncle Hike, because he was 6'6". But I don't know, dude. I don't know if that's a really good story. But he also was an artist. He would paint irises, and he had these beautiful pictures. And he was actually given an honorary position. He didn't finish his degree at Nebraska. He was short. And Portland State University gave him a teaching position in the horticulture department without him having a degree. And he ended up retiring, teaching kids how to grow plants. And
cut out.
yeah. Sorry, I don't know if that was quite as entertaining as some of my other stories.
He also did that while riding a unicycle and juggling. There's your entertainment.
Yeah, he was
pretty fucking impressive.
He was out of the brothers. He was the guy with he was funny. He could make you laugh about every goddamn thing. But all my uncles they drank. When I came along, my dad was older. He used to drink a lot. He was an alcoholic, basically. But he stopped. He stopped drinking completely when I came along because he thought, I can't keep drinking and hold a job and raise a kid. And so I never seen my dad take a drink. Ever. But my uncles fought. Fighting. I can tell you a story. Right, so we were out fishing one time, and I was with my cousin Jim, who ended up being a cop and dying in the police force. But my uncle Charles and my dad and my cousin Jim, who was 6 years older than me, I was like 12. We were fishing, and there's three guys next to us that had a Labrador. And they kept throwing shit out into the water for the Labrador to get. And so Uncle Charles says, hey, fucking knock that shit off. We're trying to fish here. And they came over and wanted to do some damage, and we fucked them up. It was funny. I'll never forget it, man. My dad, that's when I realized my old man could fucking fight. My Uncle Charles was fat, and he just leveled this guy. And I ended up tangling with their fucking 16-year-old kid. I'm 12 years old, and I beat his ass. So it was like, we had some scrapes and bruises, but that was, dude, we're talking a long time ago. I mean, I'm sure, what was that be, 60, in the 60s somewhere, you know? So that's my family. A bunch of fucking hard-nosed, scrappy motherfuckers, to be honest. My dad, especially. So it kind of runs in the family. I think they had post-traumatic stress too, because they all went to World War II, and they came back from World War II just raising hell. My dad he got blown up by a buzz bomb, they call them. It blew him 300 feet away from the site, and it broke his back. And you would never know my dad had a broken back because he would just grunt right through it. Just old school fucking tough guys, basically.
You know, I had my grandpa also, he had a grenade explode near him, had to replace a vertebrae. And I didn't know that up until I had my back surgery. Because he's like, yeah, I've had back surgery. I'm like, really? What happened? You're like, a grenade, shrapnel, stuck in one of my vertebrae.
Just got blown 300 feet. Yeah. It's like, what? You know, you want to hear the story? They just didn't talk about it. My other uncle, Uncle Brownie, he ran into something over there that affected him so badly that he lost all the hair on his body from a nervous reaction to the horror that he would never speak about, that he had to witness. And so I know that war, I mean, I dealt with a lot of buddies coming back from Vietnam, Luckily, I missed that. I didn't have to go. I was 18 the year they stopped the draft. Thank you, God. And wars, and what I know about how wars are started now, it just makes me puke, you know. And anybody that's been in the military, God bless you, and I'm glad you made it out. Hopefully, if you're still in, take advantage of every fucking benefit they can give you because you've earned it. Period. All right, dude, you guys get me going. What the fuck?
Love the stories, baby. Love the stories. That's why we let this roll. Again, when I was holding up that tincture there,
Yeah.
I was just wanting to point out there that you know, I add that shit to my coffee because you can add it to like any kind of beverage. I'm sure it'd be good in a juice. But that shit made me want to try that. I think it's called what, mud?
Oh yeah.
Mud coffee,
What's in your
mushroom coffee. That shit when that mushroom flavored, it's I showed you there. It's a blend of like 4 different ones, a couple of different roots. Man, that shit's good in coffee. It gives it like the slight chocolate taste, but not like you ever have like a chocolate coffee, you know what I mean? You buy one from the store that's in the bag, but it has like that chemically chocolate taste and it just leaves that lingers on your tongue like an oily chocolate taste. This doesn't. It just leaves a nice hint of some nice chocolate in there. I drink black coffee and it's just a couple of drops in there. It's like, man, I bet you that mud tea's or that mud coffee's fucking good. So I'm right on the fence of ordering a bag of that, checking that shit out.
I just got this vision of Eagle Gardens, a new episode, kind of like a Martha Stewart cooking show with Eagle in a white apron and a fucking hat doing the. This is how you make your coffee.
Sadly,
kind
no.
of go through the spiel that you just said.
You
That's
know,
how my brain
we
works.
we talked about that one time,
Oh shit!
right before the edible episode, the one episode there, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, that's never happening. I'm still gonna try edible episodes, to be honest with it.
Because with the sheet hat and the white apron, I mean, that would look kind of. You have a kitchen setting. No, I'm just gonna.
Do it. I'm down. I like to cook. I'm actually really good.
One thing I always wanted to do, I never really got serious about it, but do skits, right? Live skits, right? But you'd actually have to have everybody in like a studio type arrangement. But man, think about it. You could come up with some funny fucking shit, man. Like I did one video where I imitated Mr. Rogers and I sang the Mr. Rogers song, but at the end I had a cup of coffee and I was like, "Won't you be my stoner?" And shit. I think I got it copyrighted. I'm not sure if that video is still up, but because of the music that I played and I sang to it, I actually put the video where it was it was like a karaoke song. And so the camera's up here and I'm watching the video, reading the words, so I'm doing karaoke, but I'm dressed in a tie and a blue sweater. And I try to look like Mr. Rogers. And it was kind of funny.
So cooked a few different flavors of food before I dove in heavy into like the trades. So I spoke that I actually made pizzas there. I worked at Little Caesars at right fucking like still in high school, fresh out of high school. Through there, ended up being a manager there. But I worked in the kitchen, like in the like sit down part, and where they actually made like real food, not the fucking pizzas. And that sparked up. I like that. You know what I mean? Making food on a mass scale. I went from there. I actually started working in an authentic uh, Mexican cuisine restaurant, and they learned a lot. I learned a lot from them people. Great people, man. Fucking great people.
Dude, yeah.
I helped them actually start 2 other brand new restaurants where, I was head of the team, kind of stepping out with them. I was pretty much the head chef at the 2 new starts. So that was pretty cool. And then I went from there. I actually started cooking Greek food for a living. I actually cooked at the Parthenon, if you've ever been to in Detroit area, which is a nice fancy Greek restaurant. I cooked there for the longest time to where I just got fucking, I love doing it, but I was tired of seeing everybody else play outside in the sun. And one day, just like out of the blue, like fucking somebody hypnotized me. I was like, just like almost in that movie Office Space. Maybe that's why I can relate to that movie. Is that one day I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not going back. And I just kind of went into the fucking trade. Fucking from, but yeah, I
home ec
cooked,
with
food
Eagle.
for a long time.
Home ec 101 with Eagle. Cannabis home ec. Home education. Yeah, I've had many jobs. Just saying. And I always kind of grew so in the background. So I never really took slavery very seriously. So yeah, like I've mentioned, I usually get fired or quit because I get fed up with the way things are going. And, I voice my opinion, and then, Chris, now I had one job. It was Astral gas stations at mini markets. Okay, where I worked for Astral Gas. Go to the mini mart and you adjust the prices, right? And you make money, like you make 6 cents a gallon, and shit, you make about $10,000 off one station profit. So the petroleum industry is pretty profitable, right? And I hung around. I was getting driven around and being trained by the owner's son-in-law, and he was driving his father-in-law's 240, or yeah, it was a 300 ZX. It was a nice fucking car, man. And he drove it like a little old lady. Okay. And it used to drive me fucking crazy. And I started giving him shit like, dude, come on, let's get out of third gear, and he just never did it. And so we went out to one of the gas stations way out. And I go, dude, open road, nobody here. He goes, tell you what. He goes, you want to drive the car? I go, yeah. And so he pulls over and lets me in. I'm like, put your seatbelt on. And I just fucking took that thing almost to the max. And this guy started screaming like a girl. I am not fucking kidding you. And he finally just screaming, stop, stop, stop. And so I kind of slid into the side with gravel and kind of sprayed it a little bit. I go, that's how you drive this thing. And 2 days later, I was fucking fired because he went to the owner and said, this guy actually drove your car the way it was supposed to be driven.
You gotta clean them out once in a while, don't you? Get the carbon off shit, get them out and fucking open them up.
I
Does them good.
used to love to drive fast until I'd gotten a wreck going over 100 miles an hour and walked away. And now I drive like a little old fucking lady. I saw my life shoot before my eyes. Dude, I was going into it was a hairpin turn that I didn't know was there. And there was solid walls of cement. And there was one spot in the wall that was like 10 feet, a 10 feet gap. I went through that gap and I almost turned the car over. But how I got through that gap, only God knows, because that would have killed me if I would have hit the wall. So again, dude, I've done a lot of shit. I mean, mainly because I had post-traumatic stress and I had a very high testosterone level, and I was just fucking and taking, I was training like a madman and taking all kinds of enhancement, shit. The guys I hung out with were, a couple of them were pro football players and shit. So we had to kind of keep up. And we used to do rugby basketball. We called it rugby basketball. Oh, fuck. That was worse than football. And so I got a lot of injuries. And that's why I didn't think I'd make it past 40. But dude, I'm going to be 60 fucking 7 years old in February. Can you fucking believe it? I can't believe that. I cannot actually believe it. I look in my face and I go, yeah, you're, turning into that prune. But I'm still fucking kicking it, dude. And so I'm pretty grateful. And you know why? Cannabis, football. I should have fucking brain trauma at the way I used to play that game. Nope. Why? Smoke weed. Fucking took a gram of hash before each game. Swallowed it. Okay. But we all did. Everybody on the Blue Sky, all the first stringers, we took a gram of hash. Played. And we were champions. We used to it was the biggest fucking joke to us. Because we never took the game seriously. We were high as fuck. But because we enjoyed what we were doing, we won every fucking game almost. It's crazy. I remember one thing, man, our quarterback, Randy Davidson, God rest his soul, called the play right. Okay, everybody goes right. He goes left. But we had such a significant force going right that the whole defense went that way. He walked into the fucking end zone laughing because he fucked up. He forgot what the play was. So the coach afterwards, he's like, so what play was this? And we just all fucking busted up. He goes, I don't care. And that was the game we smoked a joint on the way on the bus on the way back from the game. And the coaches just looked back and said, roll down the windows. All right. So much more fun back then, guys. I'm just saying, for me anyway, I just like fuck.
The picture you're painting, imagining your school colors were tie-dye.
What was that?
The picture you're painting, imagining your school colors must have been tie-dye.
It was we were the Marshall Minutemen. It was red, white, and blue, actually.
Ooh.
Whatever. Marshall High School is vacant now. I drove by it, I don't know, a year or two ago. I stopped and walked around and reminisced, and everything's just falling to shit. That's what I'm saying, man. If we could just, buy a facility like that, oh my God.
Bingus, so like when you were a senior in high school, was that a thing to go around and like whoop ass on the 8th graders that were going into
Freshmen.
freshmen? That was your thing? You built
Trash
I
can.
got my ass really handed to me, as a freshman. We kind of watered it down. We had fraternities in high school. So there was definitely a pecking order. And if you were a freshman, my freshman year, I was very, very, you didn't see me very much. Seriously. But see, you'd go to the lunchroom was huge. And all of a sudden, crash, bang, and fucking tables would be flying over and two guys just fucking going at it. I mean, it was that type of, that in those days, you just didn't take shit at all.
And you didn't get in trouble for shit either. Like I don't know, you get in a fight like that and you weren't fucking arrested and sitting in jail, you know?
Class of 73, Ross, class of 73. He says class of 72, no, class of 73. Had a lot of good friends in the class of 70. We took the PIL championship, I think, like 3 years in
He's,
a row.
he's looking you up right now. Marshall
Right?
High School,
Shit,
class of
He's double
73.
checking.
You were dazed and confused. You were like the real life dazed and confused.
That's what I was getting at. You picked it up.
That's crazy.
I can't hear you guys fucking. I need
Have
to-
you ever seen the movie Dazed and Confused?
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were getting at. You like lived the movie.
Oh.
You play foosball too, you know. You play I don't play foosball and all that.
Okay, I was very good at foosball. Very good. Dude, we would bet playing foosball and we'd rig the fucking table, man. Make sure they were on the red paddles versus the blue paddles, right? And the red paddles were sticky as fuck.
I was just thinking that same thing. Sticky fucking.
Uh,
We used to have lube, man. Like you get the bar, like you go to the bar and play, and yeah, they're all fucked up. You know what I mean? So like, yeah. We'll play for,
also, I loved air hockey. Fuck was my favorite. I ate a few air pucks, quite frankly.
Air hockey's all right.
We were just boom and just as hard as you could. Let that fucking.
Isn't that the time, like the era that skee ball was invented too? Fucking
I
skee
think
ball.
so. I think so.
Metal pucks, ain't that the metal ones? Slip down the road thing. That's skee ball. Oh no, skee ball is when you roll the ball.
Yeah,
and it
roll the
bounces
ball.
into the- yeah.
Modified bowling. Yeah.
Thanks, Green 13's in the sheriff. Thank you, brother. Yeah, Randall Floyd. Yeah, good one. Yeah, dude, I can do it. See, I'm old. I got all kinds. I've done a lot of crazy shit. I really have. Everything I tell you, too. I'm I couldn't make this shit up. I'm telling you, there's no way. But it was ran in my family, I think, from my dad's side. My mom was fucking. My stepmother was fucking party animal as well. So there was always a party at our house. We had a big patio, and I could steal all kinds of beer. And I would go to my room, and in my bottom drawer of my dresser, I had a fucking bucket with ice and beer in there, and I invite all my buddies over. We get fucking drunk. They were all plastered, so nobody knew nothing. So,
That was when you could buy beer as a teenager and shit.
yeah, I could.
They didn't give a fuck. You weren't even 18. Like,
My well, Lou's grocer Lou was cool because my mom would give me a note, right, and say, hey, give him a 6-pack and 2 packs of whatever, 6 you smoke cigarettes, this, that, and the other, and he'd do that and give it to me, and I'm fucking like a kid, right, like 10 or 12 years old. Then I got to be like 16, right, and the handwriting on the note kind of changed. And Lou was like, I think you better pay. We're not going to do credit on this one, okay? I go, no, I got cash. In other words, I'm not going to put it on your mom's books. I'm like, all right, because you'd always run an account with the local store. I mean, again, that was the old days. But Lou, man, I could get beer anytime I wanted it. Funny. You be careful. Okay. Thanks, Lou.
I want to talk about how I used to get alcohol before that. Be pre-aged to buy because, yeah, I don't know. I definitely, all right. I was, I'd say I was a somewhat good-looking younger guy, and so there was always frisky older ladies in the neighborhood. So
Lucky.
pre-21, if I wanted alcohol, I would almost always tap the Kruger route. Just fucking yeah. Yeah, it worked like a charm every time. I'd have to sell myself a little bit, but I always scored the alcohol. Always came back with alcohol.
Take one for the team, buddy. Take one for the team.
Paying rent, you go.
So that kind of brings me to. I was thinking about telling this story when Bingus was on, but or when he was telling his accident story. I had one of those like life kind of changing accidents myself, and so if you can picture a 20-year-old me working at said Spanish restaurant, making Mexican food every day, Mexican cuisine, good life. I loved it. Wouldn't trade it for the world. It was a great time. But I was also dealing a little bit of marijuana here and there as well. I'm not gonna lie. It was there. It happened again, but it also helped with the getting of the alcohol a little bit. So I was getting intoxicated. I had found myself at a Mexican after hours in northern Flint, after, trying to score a little, I don't know what you'd say, boutte. And I ended up hooking up and having, let's follow me home. Ended up driving my way to Saginaw or heading towards Saginaw, which is from Flint about a half hour, 45 minutes. And I think I'm in. I'm in. And on the way there, it started snowing like crazy. Like crazy. It's the middle of winter. It's cold as shit. I'm blowing down the highway. Oh, by the way, I have to tell you the vehicle. I gotta stop and like it's a low rider S10 that wasn't probably 6 inches off the ground. Stick. So it got stuck on a flat piece of ice in the back with black windows all the way around. And I shit you not, the back window said, remember the old movie rating boxes? You know what I mean? Rated R, rated G. It said on the back of the truck, and this you would think it would get more tickets than, but it got me out of more tickets than it got tickets. It said rated R, females under 17, not permitted without mother or older sister. So I'm blasting down the highway in this lowrider S10 in the snow, and I'm rocking out fucking Ministry. Some fucking Ministry. It's fucking just loud as fuck. And somehow I must have hit something in the road, had to have, because I blow out both tires on the driver's side. Oh, bam! Just as the song, I don't even know what the name of the song is, but it sounds out with this like holy and it just goes Psalm 69, 69, 69, 69. And that's what I heard as both tires blew out, and I am now spinning 80 miles an hour down the highway. Go all I can hear is Psalm 69 is I'm just like, oh, I'm going to die. I am going to die. It's all I'm thinking to myself. And as I'm like creaming towards a bridge, underneath the bridge there, it's the only part of the highway that is clear from snow that I could really have hit and really fucking just completely destroyed my truck. I just missed and hit on the other side of the bridge where the snow had accumulated, and it just absorbed my truck, but yet kind of bent it, fucked up the whole front end, undrivable, but lived to walk away and see another day. But yeah, hearing that fucking, I did that when that Ministry was rocking out, I thought I was done. I thought I was done. It was over. Game match. But and it did that was after a bunch of really close calls. So at that point I was like, you gotta
Very
change some
similar,
shit.
similar, very similar. Because dude, I actually saw my life go in front of me. I thought I was dead. Like, oh fuck. And I can't believe the car went like this. And I actually put my weight down on the armrest and it and just all the wheels caved in underneath. And I got out and my buddy was behind me. He was like, oh my God, I can't believe you fucking hit the opening. You know, like you did, like you were just saying, you hit that one spot. You know, I mean, definitely he was watching out for me. So yeah, I'm a very cautious driver now. I do, you know, I get, you know, if I'm out in the open road, I'll go for it a little bit. But then I tell you what, as soon as I get over like 80, that those images start coming back. No shit. And I just like, you know. But in my neighborhood too, there's not a lot of police presence right now. So I take advantage of it. I'm going 50 miles an hour pretty much everywhere in a 35. But things ever change, I don't know. I might have to keep an eye open. We live right by the sheriff's, and they're just not out collecting rent.
They're all defunded up there, aren't they?
Yeah, Oregon, fucking communist states. Run by the CCP, basically. Seriously. Our fucking mayor is so deep into their pockets, it's just unbelievable. And you can prove it. But we're not supposed to talk about that. I forgot. Sorry. Anyway.
No, everybody talks about there's corruption in politics. Everybody knows what it is, but we all allow it to happen still. Like, why are politicians able to utilize stock markets like the way they do? That shouldn't be happening. You shouldn't be allowed. That's like a total conflict of interest in any other scenario. In any other scenario, if you're profiting from the vote that you're making, that's a conflict of interest.
That's
You're obviously going to vote for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, self, not good.
Yeah, and they go loopholes on it all. Like some of that stuff's getting exposed now. Like, I don't know, like the way they can get into investments. There was some deal with like Tesla or something. They knew they were going to pass this thing for Tesla and it was going to be a big benefit for Tesla. And they were allowed to like invest money and buy Tesla stock before that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like that should be fucking illegal too. Like, I don't know. Some of that's where the corruption lies though. That's how they're buying them off. Like that's where they're
paying. We've been captured by the Federal Reserve since 1913. Okay. And I think based on what I'm researching in the financial market and the bond market, the fiat system, I say either by the end of this month or next month is going to completely crash. So then, now when that happened the last time, they took away our gold, right? And they went onto a fiat currency, okay? So who knows? I mean, there's going to be a transition here financially. Despite what, the propaganda that everybody's listening to says, you will see it. I mean, we have all these cargo containers. A lot of them are from China, okay? And they're being purposely not let in. And why is that? Because China, it's going to cost them billions of dollars because they can't get their goods delivered, right? This is a tactic, all right? Now, who owns most gold in the world? China. And they're going to have the biggest debt in the world. So what are they going to want to do? They're going to want to break the fiat system, raise the value of gold up enough to wipe out their debt. You
Your
watch.
equation is there, but kind of skewed, Bingus.
Huh?
Yes, China is one of the most largest holders of gold, but this is where it comes into like the fucked up gray area. It is supposedly stored or not.
There's nothing there.
This is straight up. This is real shit. You can look into this. We store Russia's and China's gold. Okay, not so long ago, fucking both said parties said, "Hey, motherfuckers, we want our gold back. You ain't too cool. We ain't too cool with you anymore." And we told both of them. I think we told China. They're like, "Yeah, get a hold of us like 2050. Gold stay 2050. Until then, you can have some of our terrorists give you a lot of influence on our politics and fucking government and fucking shit like that." That's one of the reasons why, like, say, like movies and stuff
I was
kind of dictates, different endings because of bullshit. But they have a lot of pull in our politics and a lot of what goes on in our country because we let it go on because we don't have that gold that you're talking about.
That's
Right now they hold papers saying that we hold they have all that gold, but it is what it is.
Well,
which 007 movie was that? Doctor No, where they knocked off Fort Knox, hit everyone with a nerve gas, and walked right in.
the debt that China's going to have, plus they have issues in China, big time real estate issues. All right, and they have a big time food shortage as well in China right now. And now they're going to and get this huge debt that they have to deal with, and it'd be so easy. And I hope I really hope this happens, because when they raise the price of gold up, silver, which I'm heavily invested in, is going to follow. And yeah, I'll definitely be coming to Michigan now, just to say hi, just probably in my private jet. I don't. It's just saying that it has to happen, and it's just not if, it's just when. So, but it makes so much sense to me. There's so much. They put these fucking mirrors and smoke and mirrors up to try to keep us to not know, but it always boils down to the money. And China is incurring a huge debt right now, huge, because their little switcho changeo with their virus bullshit isn't turning out too well for them. All right, it's not. I know maybe some people don't want to hear that. Okay, forgive me, but the point is, the aggressor is going to turn us all into the victors, and it's just, I can't wait to see it, because they're so hung up on power, okay, that they're missing what's happening here. I mean, we're holding them off so they incur this debt. And once the fiat system breaks, because here's what they're doing. Okay, we're one of your biggest purchasers of fiat bonds. Okay, guess what? Fuck you, no more. Bang. So, what? Right? So the U.S. says, all right, fuck you, and all right, and then raise the price of gold. And we're talking, to cover the amount of fiat currency that's out there, the price of gold is going to really have to go up pretty high. And so I quite honestly think you're going to see at the very least $100 to $600 silver. I mean, and that
It's
looks
historically out of proportion right now. Like what, 75 up to 1, something like that.
the way they figured that out was it takes the time it takes to mine the two different minerals. But yeah, silver should be 9%, 9 times behind gold in price. And it's like what, 20? You know what I mean? So it's interesting. We're living in some interesting times, you know, and despite what everybody, you know, I'm just giving an opinion. I'm not trying to fucking hate on anybody or anything like that. So don't send me your fucking emails, you know.
No, but they're definitely playing around with the money. I agree with that. Because, like, you can't just print as much as they're printing and, like, add as much as they're adding. Like, I don't know. It just,
And then they
history repeats itself if we don't pay attention to it. And that's exactly what's fucking happening. It's
I
repeating.
listened to one of the press conferences and where she's explaining that, well, people are just buying so much stuff that we just can't get enough in, and it's causing a change in it. It's because the economy's doing so well. You fuck, what do you think we're that stupid? See, that's what I'm saying. I go, these guys are starting to lose it.
And that's what gets me on, and I imagine other people, is the spin bullshit. Like, we can see when you're trying to paint lipstick on a fucking pig. You know what I mean? Like, just stop already. Like,
It makes them look exactly what they are. I mean, I think that's why it's happening too, to expose the negative elements that we've been under for quite some time, since 1913. Okay, we got captured. Okay,
Yeah.
This is a war, guys. It's like World War IV. You know what I mean? It's the elite and the CCP against humanity.
Right.
All of humanity.
Mhm.
Wow.
Well, have you ever seen the like Subversion is what I think it's called? There's a Russian KGB guy that, like, in the 80s was talking about this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, in our movies, we always see James Bond and we think KGB is like the Russian fucking spies. And he was like, no, that's not even any of what we did. And then he starts talking about what they did, and then you see what's going on. And they've been fucking doing that shit here for a long time, man. Like, they got a lot of stuff going on. Like confusion was part of it too, to where people don't know what's real info, what's fake info, what's whatever. Like, that's legit going on right now, like all over the place.
Huge propaganda, mind control techniques being used. And they've captured the CCP and the oligarchs have captured New Zealand. They're about to capture Australia. They're pretty deep into the UK. They're having trouble with South America. They're having trouble with America. Canada is about ready to fall. I mean, this is a war, all right? But the main thing is the United States is starving China. And without the capital, without the credit, all right, you're not going to be able to survive. Not only that, they turn this war against their own fucking people. It's not the Chinese people. A lot of very good Chinese people I know, all right? It's the CCP, all right? And most Chinese will tell you, CCC, bad. CCP, very bad, right? There's a faction of China that, if you want to talk about racism, they want to eliminate every race except their particular faction of Chinese. And you kind of wonder where the Georgia Guidestones came from. You know, I think they had a big hand in it. See, when we couldn't pay back the gold, we had to start giving up real estate, right? And they started getting their fingers into us. And then what happened? I mean, Nixon opened the door for negotiations, and Obama fucking sealed the door wide open. And now, if you notice, Biden has a Chinese guy following him around almost everywhere. And what the fuck is that? Just handle it. Right? Government is fucking done, dude. It's done. It's just a matter of time. It may take a generation, but you're going to see some huge changes. And thankfully, get into a more positive aspect of Earth instead of this negative, self-serving fucking slavery. That's what it is. We've been captured. And they've got us believing that we're not. And all we can do is describe the prison that we're in. All right. And finally, I think it started back after JFK was assassinated. The good guys decided to get together and say, fuck you, we're going to do something about it. And I think that's what we're seeing happen. I really do. And I don't think it's about politics. I don't think it's about Trump and this, that. And those guys are just fucking paid performers.
Yeah.
Paid performers. That's all they are.
That came to light when Cuomo won the fucking Emmy or whatever the fuck he won. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a politician. Like, how the fuck's he winning an actor's award? Like,
Yeah.
wake up. Like, really? Like, that's because they're all fucking actors.
But see, I was up here, I think a year or so ago, talking like this, and people were just like fucking shooting me down in the chat room and everybody else. But my point is, by saying that, is the wheels are falling off. People are waking up. They're starting to see that it's all fucking bullshit. It has been for a very long time. Before I was born, 1913. Are you kidding? That was before. Well, my dad was born in 1907. So Federal Reserve captured us. They captured the world. Most all countries are under a fiat system. And if you weren't, if you had a gold-backed system, here's what we would do. We'd figure a way to go to war with you. Demolish your fucking country, take all your gold, and install a fiat system. Always about the money. Yeah, you want cash? Here, we'll send you pallets, billions of dollars. Fuck, we just printed off a press, so there you go. Now you're our puppets. You'll do whatever we tell you. Okay, great. It's just fuck, man. It's ridiculous. I'm glad people are starting to see the truth, to be honest.
I hope so, man, because some of the rhetoric that's getting pushed through some of the schools being taught and some, I don't know, it's just some crazy stuff being talked about. Like what Dave Chappelle catching all this shit, now for standing up there and saying that biological male and biological female is a fact. And that's what everybody's up in arms about. It ain't even a fucking joke he told. It's a fact. It's a scientific known fucking fact. Why? I don't know. To me, that just seems ludicrous. Like, how is that something that they're going to be arguing about? Like, I don't know.
Well, for those who didn't know, for those who didn't hear, the joke was everybody here came from in between a female's legs. And that's everybody here in the room came out of in between a female's legs. That's how the joke started.
That's
a fact. That's a fucking fact.
What?
We all came from in between.
He goes, what?
I heard like every third word, and I'm sorry.
I just, what's the, I don't get it.
I don't get it.
And then he tells a story about a good friend of his, you know what I mean? That was trans comedian or whatever. And he had her opening shows for him and all kinds of stuff, you know what I mean? And like, that was his friend. He's not like, but it's still fact, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just one of them things. It just seems weird to me that you're catching a bunch of crap about saying that. Like,
I was too big to come out my mama's my legs. I came out the belly. I was too big. Couldn't come out the legs.
I don't know, man. Like, and I'm not trying to hate on anybody by saying that or whatever. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the only argument. He just came up with it too. C-section. Okay, I didn't come out from in between my mama's legs, but I came out of my mama, which is a woman. So, the fact. It is a fact.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trauma
He's saying we're gonna get canceled in chat, I guess. Yeah, they're on
I guess if,
their
if stating facts makes us fucking wrong, then just go for it. We're fucking yeah.
And
The only people who watch are those people in chat. No. Well, you guys are canceling us right now by saying that. Don't cancel us. No.
Well, I would imagine that puts the whole biological, biology division of science
Well,
into
you saw the
conundrum.
rapper.
Like, how the fuck
He
are
put
they
a
supposed
baby
to
in his stomach.
categorize animals in?
Little
You know
Nas
what I'm
X has a
saying?
baby in his
Like,
stomach. That's a boy. Not to cut you off, but Little Nas X put a baby in his belly. So he's giving birth to a baby in a couple months. And that's what this whole like discussion should be about. Like, why are men putting babies in their stomach? Like,
right,
they have
but
enough-
I mean, even in like genealogies, they study
Yeah.
like paternity is what the father, and the mitochondrial is the mother. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's literally unwinding, or you would have to unwind a lot of knowledge to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. But like, how come? Yeah, why are people not up in arms about men giving birth to fucking babies because they're fucking able to put?
And hey guys, in the chat room, Ancient Soul Grown says, "What y'all smoking on?" I'm smoking on my hog cross with the blue diesel. What about you guys?
I'm gonna light up some Mendo Loco.
White
Hopefully
widow
I'm
flower.
I don't know if I could say it with a straight face. If I could smoking my hog. I'm smoking a little bit of citrus blazer myself. So smiling just to mix the conversation up a little bit. What was your biggest take from the takeover tonight?
Looking at my notes now. Some of the books I was writing down that he was talking about, and I liked the planting pea and bean seeds into composted manure to check to see if it's going to be good for your plants. Yeah, I would imagine you could actually use that with most anything you're going to be trying to, even a new soil mix, run. I don't think you got to run them full term. Just sprout some peas in there and see if they start growing normal. And that seemed like a pretty cool, easy way to check it versus fucking up a clone. You know what I'm saying? So that was a cool one.
And I had a weird thought come across my head. I wanted to ask you, Smiley, about. Have you ever seen anyone do some kind of like a bottomless pot in a tote of soil so that their roots can expand into a bigger, root mass, and then their whatever top dress and cover crop don't have to be intertwined and mixed in the same thing. One's elevated on top of the other.
Yeah, that's actually how Green Life Productions does it. Steve Cantwell. They've kind of migrated to that, I think, but that's been his latest kind of innovation in their style. Is they veg in these number 1 cloth pots, or number 2, I forget what size, but they're not real big, and then they get like 1.5 feet tall, and then in their flower room they have their beds that are on like I don't know, 27th cycle or some shit like that, but they got these beds, and basically they just at transplant they measure out where all the pots are going to fit, and they stagger where they set those on the beds. And then now the latest one I just seen, he's been leaving the old pot after harvest, setting the new pot next to it, and then removing that one after it's had another cycle to kind of digest all the root ball that's in that. and then removing it for the transplant. So
420.
cheers.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great way to go, red pill, actually.
Okay. I'll mess around with it. But I thought it came across my head and I'm like,
The biggest thing I think you'd run into with the tote is trying to make sure you're not going to just have a bunch of water sitting in the bottom of it. You know?
right. That's why maybe, what do you think of that pot wicking whatever moisture is in that tote? Would you even top feed through that bottom or that top pot, or would you just feed that tote and then it wicks up?
If I was going to try to set up a tote, and I kind of had some thoughts to it, I would put rocks, like lava rock, in the bottom of it, and then I would
Could use pea
go,
gravel.
and then
Pea gravel.
yeah, you could use pea gravel,
Yeah.
and then the sand, and then like at the layer above that, kind of put holes so that it'll bleed out. You know what I'm saying? So you have like a water
So
level.
between
So with that being
coarse
said,
rock
could you
and the
even,
sand, should you have like a weed barrier or lay down some paper,
yeah, a little fabric around
keep
the
it
holes?
out of the more coarse rock, the sand out of the more coarse rock, keep it more airier.
No, you want the
Out of
sand's
there.
like a filter for that, to keep the organic matter from going down in there. But then
Right, but if you
you drill your holes like an inch up above, an inch on the side of that, so that like any standing water will drain out, and you'll have kind of an identifier if you got a bunch of water in the bottom there. And it'll not be in a way that's gonna fuck up the soil in a hardcore way.
I guess my thought being there is in time that sand will work its way through the porous rock and will kind of make the reservoir that you're kind of talking about a little bit more shallow and shallow as the life of the pot goes on. So where if you went a few inches of the coarse rock or an inch or two of the whatever the coarse rock, and then laid some kind of barrier over there, some kind of something that'll wick through, and then laid your layer of sand on top of that, you'd have that filtration, but you'd have more of a reservoir, a clean reservoir, airier clean reservoir, or like storage, kind of a little bit of a little fuel in the tank, if you will.
Yeah.
Get down. Oh, just thinking.
I don't know. It's not really recommended by like Leighton Morrison was talking about that one time, and yeah, he wasn't recommending separating the sand and the rocks, because you're not really looking for that to be like a huge water reservoir. It's just the way it would function is that if you oversaturated your organic layer, the top layer, is what that's what you're really trying to focus on. So the idea of having the A horizon and then that sand and then the rocks as your like bedrock or whatever is, if you overwater the O horizon, it can leach into the A, and then that can actually leach to the sand and then into that reservoir. And when you have it set up that way, it's also able to pull it back up from that reservoir to maintain the soil moisture in the O horizon. And that's really like your super soil kind of portion of it. And that's where you're really trying to kind of keep the correct moisture level. So the lower horizons, to my understanding, are simply there. See, now Leighton was an engineer designing soils for specific purposes like that, and that's what kind of gave him that's where he got the ideas for that kind of a design, is in thinking of how can we maintain a proper moisture content in this organic layer where all the biology is feeding the plant, without through watering cycles of, I added water today and I went my 2-3 days without watering as it dried down. And that's kind of the design. He was like, well, this kind of a design would enable it to get watered heavily, absorb it in, and be able to wick that back up to that feeding layer, and all the while maintain a better moisture content in that layer, where everything's trying to feed, the biology's trying to work or whatever. Does that make sense what I'm saying or not?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
always
yeah. It
the
totally
minimum.
makes sense to me. And that's the same thing I'm kind of thinking is that it gives it that wicking layer. Basically, the tip that I'm kind of taking or jumping off of isn't from anything plant technique. It's from basically the septic guy last year. When I dug, I had to fucking put in new veins, new fingers into my septic there. And that's one thing he made sure and said before you bury that in, make sure and lay, fabric over that. If you can't find fabric, because it was like, if you guys remember, I did this like last year on the show,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I talked about digging that. I showed, yeah, fucking. If you can't find, and I couldn't find fabric that late in the year because it snowed the next fucking day, and I didn't even see the ground for another fucking. Felt like 6 months, but it was at least 5. But make sure you use at least throw down newspaper. At least throw down newspaper before you bury that in. Because he said, because before you know it, that loose soil will most definitely in a couple rains start trying to fill that loose gravel beneath. And so taking that tip from him and thinking about putting, soil in a pot and watering and watering and watering, it sounds to me from his tip like that sand or soil would fill in those gaps within a few waterings of or at least heavy waterings where it's soaked and it had to whoosh down into those cavities and kind of clog versus.
Good night, you guys.
Night,
Good
Vegas.
thing
Good
is-
to see
Scratch right here in my desk. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much
you too, man.
for letting me come up here and ramble on.
Thank you.
Have a good night,
Vegas.
chat. Appreciate it.
Have a great day, Vegas.
Bingus is awesome. Story time with Bingus. That's got to go on the wheel, Eagle.
Mm,
That would be good fucking on the wheel. I actually got it like one going. It's on my phone, but I need to figure out. Had one going on the computer, but I never fucking finished it. A lot of things rolling around, I guess. But I do have a wheel going.
So
Right there.
we're gonna have to figure out a time to in the next few weeks, I guess, probably to get the clone from you. Give
Right,
it
right,
back.
right. Actually, if you want clones, I just checked it. I was looking in I was just looking in the cloner earlier.
I'll take that big
And,
old girl. I'll wrestle her.
There you go.
I like big girls. Come on, mama. I just wrestled a couple big ones in the under the scrug. You get pretty good at that technique after you snap a couple branches and you're like, no, and fucking half the plants laying on the floor. You get a little feel for that, It's kind of funny.
I get this technique a little bit from back when I cut trees, kind of get the feel of where the branch was gonna go. But I do that today still when I'm working with plants that I'm fixing to put into or bend. Basically, I'll take that branch, just kind of like dog behind me, one of these branches right here, and I'll kind of like take my finger there, and I kind of like swing it a little bit. You know what I mean? Back and forth, and I kind of get the feel for which way she wants to naturally turn to. You know what I mean? And then I just kind of give it one more crack, and I lay it off in that direction. But I just spin it back and forth, before I do it. This girl's gonna. Ooh, there you go. There's one. Excellent. She's going that way. She's gonna lay that way. Oh, yeah, I wish.
That's the
I
girl.
guess like
That's the
here's
girl.
one.
I guess that's a little big. I still got 2 months to veg, so
This is a number 6. Yeah, this is one of the girls. Yeah. This one here is only
let's do a Chad Westport cloning on that one, and I'll
3
just
foot.
and I'll take the 1/2. But I do want it a decent sized plant, though. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't have.
I
Enough.
could start you a red pill air clone right now, and then I could cut it in half later. I just cut it right under the air clone.
Red pills. Do it. Do it. I don't know, man. Whatever.
That's the shit I'm talking about right there.
I'll take that big girl.
One clone, one plant.
I ain't scared. I ain't scared of her. We'll wrestle. But she's got to be decent size, though. You know what I mean? Like, I want.
Here's another possibility. This isn't the same number 6.
There you go. I just want to have enough seeds for everybody that wants them, and you know what I mean, wants to be part of it. I figure send them out to like GR420 or something and see if all them guys want to pop them with us or whatever. We'll have a worldwide deal. That'd be sweet.
Do you want one of these cuts of this? I'm taking cuts of board 13.
I would, but I
want
can't
to
do money right now.
I'm not forcing anything on this man. Yeah, I tell you what, that girl yields. Big old fucking nuts.
The board.
Big old fucking, yeah, that board 13. Oh my goodness, already there. I got one over there that's got in the tent. I wasn't doing this, jump on the camera. But that fucking thing collapsed. It got so big before I could get to it. And the stem, fucking, I don't know what happened. Bubba. Fucking, it's about yay long. I don't know. Yay long, that section of stem, which is the main part of that branch where it folded over, is flat as fucking can be. Let's see. Oh, I did put that in the wheel. Story time with Bingus.
Good one.
Turn this mic off. I don't know.
What I miss?
That That's what I was gonna say.
Thursday today. Shit, man.
Yeah.
I had to be dragging some pots around wrestling big girls. My project tonight.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Look at this stem right here. Oh, you changed to your phone.
Oh, turn it sideways, Eagle.
See this stem right here where it fucking bent over? Right there. Oh, look at this right here. See how wide that is? Flat. Nothing. That happened to one of mine, remember?
She don't like to be popped, huh?
I don't know. She's riding right out. That myself up. Other than that, there is a 413. Right there. And over here we have these are some Tslkin. These are the ones you see behind me. As you probably see me right now. So it's getting ready to possibly go into flower.
I was just gonna say.
Deep ferns.
Actually, I'm getting ready to put your earth box right there in a little 30 by 30 with that test light.
Is that re-veg project? You're just gonna leave her right in there?
No. That's a clone. I fucking there was 2 girls in there. I just took them out and then planted right in the center of that one.
So that's
But same soil. 5 runs on that box. Smile.
badass.
Just top dressing. She's pretty good. Pretty good size now. She's probably about 2
They
foot
don't
tall.
work too bad, man. You can get them with casters right from the build, too. Eagle's gonna have all earth boxes.
Full arm length there. These, of course, are some clusters that need to be cleaned up. So it's the milkman. Can't wait to fucking get in there. The serious milk times barbecue gorilla.
Oh yeah, this is good.
Season.
Getting her on point, man.
Worse. We were talking about this the other night about, taking your clones and cutting the leaves, man. I always cut the leaves. These things are what? I think day 6. And I just changed the water today. But they're already throwing roots, man.
Nice.
Not like, day 6. So I don't use the stone. I don't use the under pump. So I don't use the under pump. Creates too much heat. And the stones get icky. So usually I run these lines just kitty corner. That's, same thing as this one. They usually be kitty corner. But they bubble pretty good. Actually, a little short right there. This one. But they work pretty good.
No, they
see
definitely
this,
do, man. Especially
6 days later, throwing roots.
yeah, especially
And
when
you
got
were saying, what you were saying, I was while chopping these leaves like this, I was robbing the nutrients instead of more pushing hormones back through for roots.
Yeah, it doesn't do the hormones for the roots, and it was of no value. And what they were saying is that you're putting the clone at more of a risk by giving it open wounds. It doesn't make it faster or slower. So why do it was kind of the thing.
Well, the other reason usually why I do it, I don't know if everybody does it, is to buy me space. So they're not all locked up on each other.
When I heard it, first seen it being done, I heard people saying it's to promote the clone to shooting roots. But then I heard no, the real reason people do this so they can get a full tray of clones without them overcrowding.
Nicely taken. So I threw them seedlings in here, and I'm actually cutting some board 13 clones and putting them in this terrarium.
Oh, that's that terrarium. Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. That shit will work. That's how I do mine, but not in a terrarium. Just opened up.
Little tour of the garden. I've been
Looking
lazy
good.
lately. I haven't showed you guys in a while.
Wow, whatever. It's looking good though.
Oh yeah, nice as fuck right now.
It's easy. That shit gets away from you fast. Dude, fucking can get away from you real fast.
Overnight, fuck.
I told you this in private conversation in text, but man, I gotta give soil some props because if it wouldn't have been for the extra ability to hold moisture and fucking nutrient content in the crazy last month that I've had, these plants would have greatly suffered in my absence. If these would have been in cocoa, holy fuck, the garden would have been gone. Garden would have been gone. They would have been dried up and fucked a long time ago. But them being in a good soil and being able to withstand a little bit of spread, a little bit of dry back and veg. uh, was the difference in being able to come home to a fucking nice garden.
Blessing, man. Timing was perfect then. It's funny how that all.
Soil,
Funny how.
all hail the soil at this point.
Yeah. No, it is, man. It's interesting how things sometimes just work out, and you're like, huh. You know, like looking back on it, you're like, huh, it's kind of cool. Like, those are the good
Well,
ones.
you know, other than top dressing right now, here and there, I ain't doing shit to, you know, I've tried a few different soils right now. The one I'm most fond of out of like the 8 that I've tried is that Coastal Maine Grower's Choice or the professional mix, whatever it is. What is that they call that? It starts with an S, I think.
Oh, that's not growers' choice. Costa Maine's
Stock diverse mix
Stock-
or some shit
stock-
like that.
yeah, Stockingtons or something like that.
Yeah. But that's been the best, my favorite out of everything I've ran so far, as far as nutrientability and be able to go the full run. But other than, you know, like top dressing, I'm not putting shit in my water. I'm not fucking CalMagging that shit. I'm not fucking, you know, I'm literally, we've talked about this. I've got the RV hose. I'm on a well. Right now, last time I checked the ppms of this water, they were like 180 floating around in that, but still on the hard side. Definitely a lot of calrite in that water being pulled up. And so I run an RV filter that's screwed onto the laundry room tap, and then a hose from the laundry room into the fucking grow on water nights. So I have a high pressure, you know what I mean, filtered water, and I've got good confidence in that filter, man. I have, you know, I should run a ppm and all that good shit on it. I never have, never even fucking checked it. But all I do, I shit you not, and this was my instructions to Lexi. Take that hose right here. Here's the fucking hose. This motherfucker right here. This motherfucker right here. The fucking 10 gallons. You count to fucking 25. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 or the smaller pots, the 3 gallons. Count to, depending how dry they are, count to 10 to 15. You got the 1 gallons. Count to 5. Each one gets 5. You know, how much simpler can it get than that? You know what I mean? As far as garden care, pick it up. Is it light? Water to 5. Pick it up. Does it feel light? Water to 10. Pick it up. Does it feel heavy? Water to 25. Rinse, lather, repeat.
That sounds confusing to some people that's never done it. Like, to somebody who's never done it, that's intimidating as fuck. I've asked my mom to water my plants.
Now explain adding 4 fucking things in a reservoir and pHing it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing.
What is the temperature of the reservoir? What is the pH?
The pH.
Make sure you add them in the right order.
Yep.
Yeah, don't forget
no
that
interest.
because some nutrients will fucking lock up if you mix them in the wrong order.
Yeah, that would give people anxiety if they've never grown before. I know, like I was learning about it and kind of got the opportunity to help a friend. Like I was wanting to grow and learning about it and hadn't done it yet. And he was going away for a week and or a few days, I think it was. But anyway, I did. I had to feed him the one time and I was like fucking reading through his instructions and shit. And like, yeah, it's cool.
And shit like that Power SI. I mean, what's next time? Minimum 2 hours per batch per mix, preferable. 24 hours sit time to let that shit dissipate before actually giving to the
In the
water.
water?
That's what I could swore I've read on that or one of the other
Oh.
similar products.
Huh.
But
That must.
I don't. Who's got the fucking insight for that? What your plants are gonna need? You know, I'm not sitting around that shit. Like I said, actually, if I went back when I was pulling buckets, even the 20-gallon tote, some days I was going through 3 20-gallon totes, so 60 gallons of water. How am I going to foresee that on any given day, or even just leave it sitting around? You know what I mean? Just have 3 totes just laying around, fucking ready for water. I may need them today. You know what I mean? I'll just step over them.
No, I know. I know you're supposed to add it like first or something too, or whatever, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe because it's the monosilicic, it's more reactive. I don't know. Seems crazy though. I'd ask Wolverine grower if it was me trying to use it.
The organics is pretty nice these days. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. There is times and or strains that I do kind of wish I was in more of a cocoa setting again. Just because some strains, well, you know, do require a little bit of extra attention. And some strains that if you've ran them before, you might be able to push a little bit harder. You know what I mean? To where I don't know.
You still can. It's just got to be a little careful with it somewhat. I mean,
Yeah, then well, that's the thing too, man. That in cocoa, you can push, and again, I don't necessarily suggest it, but if you wanted to, you could push until you see a little bit of tip burn there, and then you know, flush, and then next feed back off a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a hair. And keep going.
but I was kind of fishing a little bit tonight with soil doctor about getting into like calcium to potassium balances, and there's ratios that are kind of like you're gonna bump the potassium, and it's more like a signaling trigger to the plant where, and I don't know, my understanding in the conversations I've heard, they look at that based off like where your calcium level's at in relation to. So when you're elevating it, you can kind of figure out how much you need to elevate it, so to speak. You know what I mean? And then there is a timing to that as well.
And then from what I've listened to, and we both know soil science isn't my greatest asset. But the way I've understood it, the potassium has its place in the plant, but it has more of a place in the soil, you know, more in place for it being available for the microbes and other things to ingest for it to be turned into something else down the chain. So food for another species to be food for something else. Basically make it into another body.
Right, but in the case of sulfates, we did talk about that where those are immediately more available, especially when you water them in or whatever. And like, um, that's kind of what I was trying to get at is figuring out, you know, if there's an appropriate time to start watering in that potassium to kind of shift that calcium to potassium ratio.
So basically, like when should you add the molasses, right? When and how much? I mean, those are all 3 ingredients are based in molasses. That's always a reason why I've used
And yeah, man, I mean, I'm not necessarily against that. That may be part of the magic there, you know. I mean, people knock bro science all the time nowadays. That seems to be the thing to say, right? Like, but what they seem to forget is that a lot of that shit was arrived upon because it fucking works. Like, they wouldn't
How
do
did
it.
it switch
Didn't
genders?
fucking work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people
Yeah.
were doing that shit. They figured it out because they were experimenting, and what worked they kept and what didn't work they didn't. And then other buddies were experimenting and sharing their ideas that worked, and it kind of grew from there, you know. And it's like, I get it, maybe some of that stuff isn't empirical, but it don't mean that it don't fucking work. Like,
Yeah, something about it works.
Wives' tales and bro science, like they're interchangeable. How did the sexes change?
right?
No, okay, never mind.
No, you still have a valid point. Like, people still use fucking. We're still scientists, nonetheless. But
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's the basic how you're dialing in your personal room, like some of that stuff. You know, you got to try something. If it don't work, you don't do it again, and you try something different. You know, and then if it works, you keep doing that, and that's how you're dialing your room in. I guarantee everybody's kind of doing it that way. Like,
I like the term they use in mycology versus the term we use in campus. Bro science, citizen science.
that's
There.
nice.
They use
I like that.
mycology.
well, that's a respectable term, I guess.
I actually don't.
Yeah.
I think to me, it's more class, like class thing. And I'm just a citizen. You're right. I haven't been indoctrinated with 7 years of bullshit from some fucking.
Go on.
I'm being too.
No, no, go on. This is
Right now, it is past my bedtime.
Bed, Smiley. It's your bedtime.
It is, huh? It's past 40. It is.
Now he's
Nobody's
going
gonna-
to we went from
Nobody gonna
innocuous
argue with you tonight, man.
indoctrination.
You fucking put in an extra show, fucking take over, fucking very respectable effort and time for tonight. And then home and hung out. We Nerd World, fuck, man. You put some time into that. I ain't giving you no shit about leaving tonight.
All right. Thanks. I had to stay late because like Ned Denver and chat's already like saying goodnight to me at like 4:42. I was like,
See, we all took note. We all
Right.
took note of it. I was like,
I was ready to too.
Really?
I was like, shit.
now the nightly objective is gonna be like keep Smiley later than 4:44 or some shit.
55.
they're gonna
from now
take
on.
standing bets and shit from now on.
Right.
When's he going out? When's he going out?
Is this like a daylight saving time? Does it switch to 555 or 333 whenever that rolls around?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's coming up too, ain't it? Or yeah. When does the time switch?
It
Are
shows
we
How it
me-
happened.
doing it this year? I actually heard fucking talk about them just trying to do away with it. I love the way they just like, we've been doing it for like 800 years, but not anymore. Just fuck it. Fuck it. We're not even gonna do it.
Yeah, fuck,
Holidays, we're gonna just fucking pull out the fucking random box and pull numbers anymore. Fucking, the way holidays change anymore. Whatever. Yeah, we're just gonna fucking mix it all up.
right?
First week of fall. So the first week of November, I think. Or
Yeah, it's coming up. That's coming up quick.
2 weeks.
But anyway, yeah, man.
No, I'm not looking forward to either. All right, Smiley. I won't keep
Peace
dragging
and
you.
love.
Night.
Okay,
Cheers, man.
that's crazy. Oh yeah, man.
Cheers. Cross the bar.
Okay, I'm gonna pack another bowl, but I gotta really. I shouldn't even be up right now.
Why not?
People think I'm neglecting my dog if I don't wake up at 7 a.m. to go and take him outside to pee.
Fuck that. I mean, I wake up at 6 every day for my dog, so but I'm up at 4:30 in the morning. I don't know why.
So just because I'm throwing it out there and I am scheduling some folks for the
Yeah.
spotlights return tonight. Fucking talking shit with me. Episode 504, Break Down Soil, which is a fucking awesome dude, man. I met him at Clio, at his cup there, the Clio Cultivation Cup. And that was when I met Nick Risden. He was hanging out with them guys. And we sat down after Nick left and got shooting the shit. And he had a fucking really cool story to tell. And I was like, wait, tell me this shit on the show. Would you like to come on the show? And he said, of course. And he was nice enough to send me a reminder because I was not taking, wasn't filling the book there for a minute. But he was nice enough to go, hey, man, remember talking to me? And I was like, yes, I do. So I made him firsties on the comeback. So tonight, 11:30, be back to the 11:30 show for those of you that aren't watching that always want to jump in early. Get 2 nights in a row. Smiley got you in tonight at 10:30, and I'll be back tonight at 11:30.
Oh, so early as fuck on my side. From on my side over here, I didn't even know Smiley was on. I forgot because it was so early. I was like, what the hell? What the hell, man? Yeah, caught me off guard. Yeah.
So
Good to
yeah,
know.
we'll probably
Good to
be
know that-
rocking from 11:30 to 4:20 tomorrow. Back to the kind of old hours. But this is the kind of thing I thought of. I've got to trade tit for tat, right? Back as it is, I'm kind of pressing for time and keeping up the garden work. So this will be the routine as of late until I can get everything smoothed back out and running to a schedule. After the spotlight, when We Nerd World opens up, I'll be opening up the show, and as soon as a couple of you good folks pop in, I'm going to work. I'll be here. I'll be hanging out. I'll be vocal, but I'll be working. I'll be working.
Do you need that reinforcement with the pizza again, though? You can trigger me. You can
Yeah. Fucking please. Please keep on me, man. Everybody needs a little kick in the ass. Everybody needs.
Oh, yeah. Everybody needs.
So never mind what mom and dad said, and my dog can hold it. He can hold it till 2 p.m. when I wake up. No, I'm just kidding.
We're not saying get piss all over your house, man.
Oh no.
Because that's just.
Well, we should try to make him hold it when you took the reins the other night, and like, hold on, boy, I'm doing 24-hour episode here. Just gotta hold it. Here's a diaper. Just toss him a diaper. Have you ever seen one of them doggy diapers? By the way, they make them.
I one time think I've seen a doggy diaper.
It definitely exists.
I think it was a medical thing. I think a doggy had some kind of leakage, so they had to.
Oh no, they make them for posh little dogs.
Oh.
They make them for your little teacups that don't really shit that much. Just in case. Just in case. They keep them with the alternate.
My mind went to South Park and the Paris Hilton episode, and
that's what I thought.
Shoots itself.
Oh, I thought you meant Butters. Or I mean, was it Butters?
Well, when he fingers her.
Oh, when he's her dog. When she buys him off his parents.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the whole episode in a nutshell, right there.
There it is.
Wait. Is that the same episode where Mr. Slave has a slut off, and then he jumps on her and puts the entirety of Paris Hilton in his asshole?
I think so. Like a gerbil.
Man, you guys talk about them little dogs acting like that. One of my fucking, and I blame it. I don't blame it on my daughters, but I used to have a Yorkie, a little Yorkie, Hudson, and Hudson was so fucking like proper, man. He loved to be bathed, all that shit, man. To be pampered. That's the way he looked at it too, man. He fucking just pamper me. If you broke out an outfit after a couple of years of having, because my daughter Courtney, my youngest, fucking would take clothes off of dolls and fucking just bring Hudson out. He'd be like, ah. And at first he hated that shit, but man, that dog in time, holy fuck, he'd bring out that fucking like clothes box, and that fucker would practically jump into them outfits and model them for you. He'd practically fight you. Once he found one, like everybody was like, "Oh, look at Hudson." You could hardly get it off him and shit. He wouldn't want that shit taken off him, man. He loved it. He absolutely loved it. It was almost like sickening how much he actually loved it. Like, come on, Hudson, really? Nah. They'd be like, no, we're putting this pink dress on him. And he would be like, yeah. They're like, no. I seen that poor dog with his a pink dress, nails painted, ears with barrettes in them and shit. Oh, man.
Now, imagine if you would have had a fourth kid and that was a boy. Same thing would have played out.
Same shit would have happened. Exactly. It happened to me. I was the doll. My sister used me for playtime. Like, let's play dress up. Everything. Like, what the fuck?
So what you're saying is be grateful for the dog, not the boy.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I wanted the boy. I wanted the boy bad, but I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. I seen like 10 girls coming in a vision. I just kind of seen 10 girls coming. Never one boy. And this is a fun fact. I don't know if I've ever told this story. Same mother, all three girls. Fucking first one, get the fucking ultrasound. Yeah, that's boy. Boy. Yeah. I got all excited. I was pumped.
Painted the room blue.
No, I didn't go. What didn't make it quite that far, but I was pumped. I was definitely pumped. Fucking like 30 hours of labor. Fucking tense labor too. Brittany was a big girl. Fucking so come out, girl. And I fucking had the funny doctor that was trying to get me to take the placenta because it's good for fishing, blah, blah, blah. So, second time, Miss Alexis. 2 separate ultrasounds. One as late as like the 8th month. They were like, yeah, boy. And I'm like, again, fucking, yeah, this is fucking awesome, man. Here comes my boy. C-section. Girl. Fucking kidding me. How can you be wrong twice at an ultrasound? Third pregnancy. You want to know? I just straight out looked at the doctor. I'm like, you guys don't know. I have a fucking clue. I'm not even going to get excited this time. I knew it was a girl. Yeah, I knew it was a girl. I was right after the last child, Lexus. I had that vision of just keeping trying and just having girl after girl after girl. I was like, I just can't do it, man. Yeah, I love my girls, but I can't handle it. I couldn't. There's no fucking way I could do like 10 girls. Yeah, no, I got fixed after the third one. I was like, yeah, the cards aren't leaning in my hands. So.
Cards don't lie. Call me now for the tarot card reading.
Yeah. And I'm thankful. I am thankful that now my girls have grown up and everything. Oh, I'm thankful that a young me hasn't popped around. Because I think that's the reason I had girls, man. I really did, man. I'd met one of my best friends from childhood. I've told this story on air. Watched me jump out of a second story window for about a month from a townhouse that was so there was a bedroom window directly over the front door porch. No awning, no nothing, just a brick facade. You know what I'm talking about? And every day when this girl's mom would come home, I'd crash out there with the daughter. And we knew her mom worked third shift and always came home just in time to take her to school. So every day, like on clockwork, I would be like just on the opposite side of the window, like right next to the curtain. Mom would pull up and you'd hear that fucking, we'd wait for that fucking, that the door to shut. You could hear it. You could feel the wall shake. As soon as we felt the wall shake, I'd jump out that window, right onto the front porch, take a deep breath, knock on the door, and ask for her. She'd be like, "Yeah, she's right upstairs. Come on out." So it's cool with mom. Mom loved me. She'd be like, "Yeah, she's right upstairs. Come on out." And I would just go right back upstairs and get ready for school. And she would take us and drop us off at school. But this cat watched me do that for like a month. And one day I fucking, my feet hit that porch and he lived like right across the street. He's like, "Hey, man." I like look over my shoulder and I'm like, "Oh, shit. Shit."
He's like, "Hey man, you forgot your pants this time."
He's like, "Come here." I'll walk over there. It's like, "Come on in, man. Come sit at the kitchen table," which is like where he had been sitting drinking coffee for the last month watching this go on. He's like, "Hey, man, you smoke weed?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Come on, smoke a joint." And he's like, he actually did this. He's like, "Here, sit here." And he pulls out the chair. He's like, "I've been sitting in that chair for the last month watching you jump out that window. I like look up and I could like I'm perfect fucking front stage fucking, you know what I mean? Front row seat and shit. I'm watching the last month jump out that window." He's like, "Man, I just had to fucking beat your crazy ass, man." He's like, "Man," even we just went through the whole spiel. "Hey, man, nice fucking meet you." He's like, "You crazy motherfucker. What are you doing over there?" I was like, "Well, you kind of know what I'm doing over there." Obviously, you know what I'm fucking doing over there. We fucking, man, one of the best fucking relationships I had fucking growing up. It went from there to like he had this van that ended up old like fucking group, no windows van, called it the Thunder Van because it didn't have a fucking muffler. And it fucking actually like broke down in front of this house. And we'd fucking like clam bake in that fucking hot box, that van, like every day. Fucking all of us would come home from fucking school and just jump right in that motherfucker, smoke down until his mom fucking bitched about it. And then we just like pushed it into the center of like the complex there. And then that was the meat spot for like another 6 months until the complex made us move the van. But yeah, man, you fucking kid, all the neighborhood kids would just come up, thump, 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 knock on the window, fucking that side door, come fucking cloud of smoke, come fucking rolling out. Like, come on, jump on. But yeah, that was average
I can
day.
imagine, man.
Average day.
2 feet of snow on the ground, -0, -1, can be -0.
Good days. Good days. That there van. I ain't gonna lie. Some great days. Some of the best weed I ever smoked in my life was in that van. That's the skunk there that I'm fucking hoping to regain someday, man. There was this kid that we went to school with, Wavis. Man, that kid would fucking every 6 months would have that fucking skunky pine and that shit, man. He actually
Oh, shit.
It's not my internet this time. My internet was shitting
No,
out.
it's not yours. My dogs are about to bark, so I'm gonna have to mute myself. But I try to not. Okay. Yeah, we lost him. He's frozen.
That's Skunky Pine.
That's Skunky Pine, though. Have you heard of some guy named fucking Vienna Vienna Sky or some shit?
Vienna
He,
sausage?
that's what I think of every time. So Vienna Sky, look him up. He sells skunk packs called Boss packs of skunk or whatever. Boss. And then yeah, like I found these guys talking shit on their podcast, and I was like, what? They still got the skunk? Like one guy from San Diego and one guy from like Europe somewhere, the UK. But they got it from Old Timer One, and I don't even know who that is. But
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure if there really is a skunk around, it's someone in a red state, and they're probably 70 or 80 years old, and it's like the only weed they've ever grown, and they started growing like when they were in high school or teenager, and they
yeah,
sprouted that seed, and it's the weed that they've been growing, and they've been cloning it, and they've been happy the whole fucking time. Like we're looking like we got to pop new seeds every fucking 2 months and that shit. And this guy's been, living off the same plant his whole life.
yeah, yeah.
I don't
I
know
found
someone
this.
like that, but it's only Northern Lights. They've been growing Northern Lights
Yeah,
since like 1995.
that's what everybody says too. That's what they were saying. They were like, well, that's where the guy got it. He made a cross, and that's what he got out of it on Northern Lights.
I don't think I'm old enough to have experienced actual skunk weed.
I've fucking found some that my mom had before, so I know like what it smelled like, but I didn't smoke it. I wish I would have smoked it, but like I smelled it because it smelled so bad. But I went straight to the dresser drawer, opened it up, and she's like, "What the hell are you doing?" I was like, "Looking for that smell." She's like, "Don't do that. It's mine. My drawers. Get out of here." And I was like, "Okay."
So
Yeah,
fortunately, I have the scent memory of the very first time I've ever found or seen weed. And I've only gotten to get it one other time. But if you've ever had pure Kush,
yeah,
that terpene profile is the very first terpene profile of the first weed I've ever came across in my whole life. And it was a little stash spot. Like my mom had like one of those pop out center consoles. It was either under the cup holder or under the ashtray. It would pop out, and she had a little dime baggie, allegedly. But I picked it up and I'm like, what's this? Because, just I don't know what it is. I'm a little kid, and I was just like amused with the fact that there was something other than tobacco that adults smoke.
it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, the one time
Dude,
I came across pure Kush, I'm like, I've smelled this before. This reminds me of the first time I smelled weed.
I got pure coat sheets.
you do?
Oh yeah.
I think Red Pill needs to pop those. That'd be nice. You need to pop some
I
beans.
know.
For,
I'm
you know,
very.
I'm gonna get on you right now.
I've been set behind for far too
So
long.
I did pop seeds tonight, not to rub that in red pill or nothing, but
Oh, I don't care.
I did too.
the poll that we took, which was
Oh, I missed
the
it.
fucking the Maui, so the Maui soda dog, I believe it was, times the root beer is the ones that the poll picked and the ones that did get dropped.
That's exciting. I popped the rest of my chocolate turnover, so from Equilibrium.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to come out of those.
pop 7 of these. Yeah, the chocolate turnover.
That's top 7. That's what I dropped, right? Robert? Mr. Green Fingers?
Oh
That's what I dropped tonight with 7 of
yeah,
those.
on the full moon. Yeah, can't have
Should be
bad
good,
luck.
man, on the full moon. Hopefully
Oh
that's a
yeah,
good sign. It's supposed to be the Aries moon is supposed to be like a changing of the time. It's supposed
Well,
to be
it
good.
is a very bright moon. It cast a shadow when I went out there with the doggy a little while ago.
Great morning, Miss Chicha B. How are you? Ancient Soul Grown, Groove City Sin, Old Smoke. Just quick couple shout outs in.
oh yeah. I
Some
wish I
good
had
folks.
chat up. But let me
I
see.
can't wait to throw one of these. This fucking plants behind me in the fucking back seat for fucking run to Smiley. Put a seatbelt on it, run it down the highway.
Oh
Actually, when I moved up here, with 72 plants and a fucking snowmobile trailer with all the lights in the fucking front and all the plants in the back. So it was like a reverse order. Bring the plants in, set the lights up, put the plants back under the lights. Bam, bing and bang, boom.
that's awesome. Damn, this thing's hot, boss. I gotta fix it. Okay, that's great. Was that red pill?
Nothing. I just came off the mute button. I'm about to smoke this bowl that I didn't spark up.
You gonna smoke some pole?
Yep,
That's what I swear you say you're gonna smoke pole. That's what I heard.
smoke a bowl. Yeah, I'm right now. I got done with all that crumble. I got done with all that isolate stuff. Distillate's long gone. I got a slab of shatter upstairs, but I just figured that because the dab rig needs to be cleaned anyways, that I'll just end the night with flour and clean the rig tomorrow.
Awesome. Oh yeah, you got flour. I forgot.
Yep, few assortments of flour. I think as far as I'm aware, the OG or a Ghost OG is the stuff that nice.
Oh, we lost Eagle. Not to cut you off. I just noticed that.
The Ghost OG is what a nice careful viewer or careful, yeah, full of care viewer. I don't want to say careful, like they're extremely careful. First, but yeah, very nice viewer sent out to me. I finished off that crumble. It was delicious. Still got the shatter. Still got a few nugs of that OG, the Ghost OG. I still want to try to get a good picture of it before I smoke it all. And right now I'm smoking the White Widow that I still have too.
Oh yeah, I'm smoking the rest of mine. Smoking one of these bags of flour that I cut that I grew this last time.
So I want to know if we're still down for the Halloween episode. I mean, I don't know if I was the only one that got the costume already.
No, I'm gonna be my Santa Claus guy, the pink
Okay.
Santa Claus outfit person that
Ganja
I showed
cloth.
you guys. Yeah,
Nice.
I pimp out reindeer.
See, my
I guess
told my mom. My mom was like, "Wait, so you got the thing already, and you told them what you're gonna be, and you don't know what everyone else is gonna be?" Like, oh, mom, I'm sorry. I was the only one that was literally like waiting at the fucking mouth's word to just have any excuse to dress like a pimp.
yeah, what mine's gonna be like the strong arm pimp, not really like the smooth pimp. Like you'll probably have the fluffy shit. I just have like the hat and the jumpsuit type shit.
All right, guys, we're gonna have to fucking call it good. The internet's starting to be a fucking ass.
Oh, cheers! It's at the 22. Cheers.
The
All right.
Scream is Red Pill. I appreciate you guys holding it down for at least long enough for me to come back and say goodbye.
Well, this is goodbye for tonight. So, good night to everyone watching.
For this morning.
I'm pleasantly surprised to see us back on track. Hopefully, I'll be here at 10:30 my time to watch 504 Spotlights. Fucking talking shit with Eagle.
Yeah, thank you, Red Pill, for plugging that, brother.
No problem, man. It only seemed natural. I hope everyone else stays tuned, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow there or later on today. Peace out, guys.
Okay. Thank you, Eagle, for having us. Chat, everybody watching, love you guys. Eagle, Weed Nerds for Life, WEedNerdWorld. Yes. Till next time. Love you.
Love you too, brother. Have an amazing day. You Red Pill as well. Man, I am gonna fuck it. I told myself when I log back on, you're not doing the fucking shout outs. Not gonna fucking do the shout outs. You're gonna get halfway through them. It's gonna fucking pause up. You're gonna be mad that it froze up on you. But I don't give up that fucking easy. I don't give up that fucking easy. So I'm gonna fucking try to get through them. Heaven's sake, the internet disappears. I'm gonna say goodbye. Love you guys in advance. But know that it's just the internet. With that being said, let's try to knock these motherfuckers out before the internet takes me out one last time tonight. Good morning, good night to all of you in chat. Holy fuck! I did not expect it to be that loud. All right, let's blow through these. Let me take a look in advance to see what I got coming up. Make sure I ain't got too much shit. I'm going with Band of Brothers to kick this off. Kill Band of Brothers. Followed by probably skip ahead to some other stuff. But my next one right there. I'm going fucking hairband tonight, guys. What did I just do? Oh, there goes the internet. Walk the ball. It's good fucking tune. Sometimes. Some cool beats, House of Dank, Bubble Off 710, Scared Roll 420, Green Thumb Bum, Casino MG 89, Unplug 705, Medical Mother, Rick T. The Rebel, the 9207, Fabian Salinas, Dave's Not Here, Tom Sloop, Greg Walker, Mendo Dope, T Dog, Dung Beetle, Red Eye Jedi, Gross, Mother Nature, Justin Conway, Stuck Weed, Run Boy 7426, Justin Gooder, Strongman, Okie Grower 75, Corey Wallace. Or Corey Trevor, my bad, Michael Wallace, Small Vision 420, Who's Your Cat, Taco, Don Slow, Rick S, In the Bushes 827, James Simmons, Kevin Hans, World's Last Help, Pat Span 425, American Dirt Road Dude, Cannon Shiva, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Rustler, Dab Goblin, Dr. Buzz Light, Your Acetone, 710 Panic Weed Genetics, Savvy Tanaze, Firmado, Dirt Man, Dan, Keith, Black Sales, Mr. Boatzilla, Sim Premium Guards, Rasta Bob, Rasta Jess, Oil Root, Small Tubes, Tyler, Frosty Root, Foxy Buds, North Michigan Micro, Ouija Buds, Dub T Roy, Big Jar Gross, JC Modern Genetics, SoCal Weed Nerd, John, Last PJ15, Green County Grower, CJ Apple, Perfectly Imperfected, Dollar Tree Grower, T1 Productions, Stank Grower, DOA Grow Meds, Miss Nudie Grows, I Grew Some, Johnny Cannaseed, Nutrient Shootouts, Naughty Nicky, Zoe and Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation Booth, Clover 420, High Spy, Aldridge 25, Mets, Madam T, Stu Move, Mo Grower, The Kind of Great, Loki Grower, Sus, This Guy, Burton 79, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws, Voodoo Ultras, Fresno Nerds, Cali Connection, Wolverine Grower, Big Jar Grows again, Jimmy One for Life, Big Billy, or Big way back farmer, D-Block, MMP, Nations Creations, Lambert, Alana, Psychedelic Warlock, Artist LD, Sir Sicky, Rob, Big A, Day 420, Brent Wendell, Big Ed 1961, Manawati, G3, The Green Click, JK, Triple G's, Mr. Sprinkling, Brittany and Tyler Cheesley, Hope Farms, Lisa G, B, John, B2 Crazy for You, BGW, G420, Dr. Boswell, Triple Thumb OG, Arthro, Sensimedia, Arthro, Just the Face 420, Beast Coast Grower, Sir Howe, Trey Valone, Keep It Real, Hagerson 420, Sub Zeppelin, Audit Everywhere, BT Double D Grows, Biggest, Green Puffin Man, Alex Book Chef Life, School, Crop, Cause I Love It, Green Mountain Growers, Southwest Okie, Real 100, 212, Andy Man, Randy Family Farms, Page Farms, Neon Flower, Ryan Henderson, 313, New Sailboat Winds, Kingdom Aquaponics, Indra, Michigan Native, Mary Jane Med Garden, Streamer 77 WE, Bad Bunny Nutrients, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nugs, from 619 to 664, Spaniard Kruger, Jones of the Grove, Papa G Grows, Brad's Amy Drove Grows, Cash, Grow From Your Heart Podcast, Lily Luna, the Green Med Flock, Jerry Wayne, Miranda, Stony Creek, Lost Art, Mr. No One, LG 420, Giant Mike, Prometheus Soil, Jason Axel, P. Win, David Colby, Moisten 662, Scroggy Mix, Scroggy in the fourth, Goddess Grows, Kaylee Bird, Burrows, Chad and Brad, Family Farms, Polly P. B. Org, Kevin Dodry, Mike Honcho, Jay Huggins, UGA, Green Tree Hunter, Kush Cloud, Joshua Stevenson, Organic Home Bloods, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, May Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Sohn, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sarge S. Claire from Claire Fresno, Happy Guy, Stay in the Indoor Man, Gromies Homies, Hamilton Smoke, or Hamilton Grown, Clip Smoke, Keystone, Canna Flag, PA, Big High 710, Eugene Greenleaf, H. True Hustle, Fred Dorn, Carlos, North Arizona, Beer Grow 420, No Sellout, Jesse White, God Saying Yeti, Introvert Genetics, Social J, Bixen, Robin, Killer 8, Mo, Cam Wood, James Buttercreek, C Dub from Norcale, the Pharmacy C Bank, Deadhead, Smoky 616, Matt Marion, Matt Curtis Mahan, Matt Myron, Morte, Rick Heyman, Stephanie Dora, Intended Seeds, Carriers K, Mike Rubel, so Drew Bear 420, Max 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Slow to Get Up, Stu Moon, Paco 719, Bake with Shake, Baby, Old Smoke, PWC, Grow Buzz, Laura Wash, Mr. Weed Blunt, Old School Grower, Chad Westport, Honcho, Grown Floor, Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Fugit Sounds, Seeds, Goliath Brewer, Richie T, Chrissy Wannabe, Mr. Soul Food Spectrum, Color God, Lori Hanson, Real 2,000 Years of Tradition, Mr. D. Conlon, Kemp Jam, McBodie Face, Show Me Sasquatch, Fuck Google and Do, I'm Going Well, Canadian Restore, Polar Girl Farmer, Carl Wright, Zephyr, Humble Farms, Tannery Farms, Seldom Seen. Here's one for y'all, hairband people. This is one of my favorites from the old hairband days, by the way. Oak Park Garden Tail 9782, Skunky Packs, Martial Artist 2012, Micro Slave Hefner, Daniel McDizzle, Medically Fit, KGB, Robert Mr. Green Fingers, Motherfucking Tama, Rancho Costa Plenty, Monkey Balls, Andrew Champion, Bobby Lynn Meats, Trench Digger Mass, Mr. Mac, Tony You Like Bologna, Bill S, Weed Peace, Tater Delicious, Minty, Country Roots, Huron Fire Genetics, Earth Creeper, Big Ray 420, Tina 101, Buds and Hazard, Mr. Club 14, B2B Man, Farm 616, and all up north, Max Screwman, Ruby. It's fucking good too right here. Flip, Timothy McKims, Neo, Justin Beans, Chronic 88, Fat Belly, Real, Jennifer Steele, Kidman 03, Turf Iron, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Latino, Skater Country, Mr. Speed, Wolf Seed, Firesaw, Wally Wookie, The Goddess Grows, Rasta Bob, White Feather Grows, Burning Shrooms, Tone Grows, Ain't K-Man Grows, PX Gunner 81, Smith, New Grows, Sean Mechanic, Shane Month, Think Agenda, Walla Walla Cannon Roll, Fall Dog, Huron Cannons for Council, Lissa Parrish, Rock Band, Justice Mick, 420 Pin, Fresh Grove, Driving Herbs, High Boy, Your Mailman Grows, We Be Growing, Australian Grown, Love for the Plan, Argo, American, Swamp Poker, Unfrozen Caveman, Hawaii's Highest, Surfcraft, Michael Goon, Jeff Lowenfels, Mobius Grows, Dan, Dank, Brownies, Dan D, Elliot Harkins, Mystic Flavor, The Foraging Gardener, Overwater, Overkill, Seattle Sea, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green, 514, Millie Jensen, Authentic, Dr. MJ Coco, Brandon Russ, Matthew Gates, Steve Bags, Drone Star, Shotgun Willie, Dave Yoda, Jay Simmons, Turbo Grows, Blackman's Code, DJ Conley, Aaron the Grower, late 1978, Michigan Grown Buds, Your Boy Roy Boy, Delta 9, Jay McDaniels, Blackman's 420, Sticky Collins, Dylan Steinfort, PFC Farms, Husky Gardens, Sun Grown 707, J8 Drove from J420, Cascadian Grove, Tito's McGee, 4.8, We Would. Captain Scroggs, Skunky Bugs, Hans Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee Live, Miss Astor Tempe, Annie Ann, D Urge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose, 11 Smiles 11, Big G Bugs, Michael Ross and Plenty, 311 Mix Up, Red Tender Grows, Evergreen Hayes, G Friends Tree, MMJ, Matt S. Save Ball, Dragonfly B, Matt Justin Matt, Strolla, Travis Love, Wells, Lucky Mike, Seattle Chronic Seeds, King Chronic, Titan from Blessed Coast Seeds, Django Gas, Wasser for Life, John Smith, Tommy Tychos, Boca King, Raz, Pop Little, Slow Roll, Spike Pass, Oscar Green Jr., Matt Stillbird, Into 11, Stephanie B, Shark Fleet, 989, Von Braun, Sovereign Garner, Stone Nation 420, Joe Y, Bugs 1, 313 Grower, Painted Lady, Frank Booth, Jay Myers, Submit the chat, Mr. Manny D, Bag C, Dr. GGC, Jeff, Shutter 911, Dutch Grows 420, Scallywag 420, Skillbull 1, Medgrow 1, Empire Brady Crow for Goalie Lost Leaf, Liam Mass, Sandy Dako, B Bear 7, Ollie Noble, CK, Tom Trinidad, Looney Chester, Small West, Small Town, Tim S, Mr. Lacy, Raptor Grows, Rob, Automation is Freedom, Robert Hazelton, Tor, Mr. McCord, Double Hat Farms, Mr. Green Thumb 420, 808, Ruby Prospects, the Cannon Bus right there. Bus driver, Candy 710, Operation Grow, T-Ben, TM 42696, Rudnut, Soccer Scramble, BB Moonrush, GHF, Double J, Bio Green, Self Growers, Hanky Steaky 420, OG, KP, Ganjanana, Your Mama, Georgia Joe, Roy Rodriguez, Big Going Niches, Russ Nugs, Killer B Roads, Ganja Wizard, Husky Garden, Nut Tree 420, Dr. E, Solar for Life, Bully for Life, the Jeffro 42069, B to 698, Dr. Franklin Booty, I got damn, I make test. The Ripping Bad Boy, Jack Greensock, 420, 420, Boom Farm, Charlie Farm, 420, Aldridge, 25, Smiley's Garden, JD's, Miss D's Nuts, Smoking Grow, Frazier, Grow Koski, Twisted Roots, Faded Farm, 420, Jeff Dorowski, Genetic Memory Farms, The Ball, 420, Cameron, Mr. Bagsy, Jill Carter, Mystic Marks, Mystic Grower, Ginger Snap, ET, E Grows A, Rick Wolf, DLP 2372, Ned Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Pepper 420, Camp Trooper, Blind Cat 420, Light Up Again, TM, Light Up UKSIF 420, Booty Boy, Devin Shipwreck, Medical MJ, Budsville, USA, Resurrection Profits. Gotta skim ahead for my next song. Oh, I already know. Resurrection Prophet. Let's just go ahead and click it. Might get a little trouble for this one, but it's a good one. Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Dankman Dan, Dankman 420, Red Side of Farms, Good Luck, Joni Bell, Cheetah B, Most Hated Grower, the Major General 420 Army, the American One, W. Digger, Shirates, Kitty Olsen, Lennox Mountain Skies, Ready, Hit That Hot Fire, Chris Mertz, Ian, Save Robbie, Sergeant Live, Happy Fade Camp, Finger Lakes, Find Its Ridge Patch, Those Are Moving, Southern BT Grower, Choose Medical, Jared Bear, Plus One Mushroom, Secret, Cindy, Hot Nears, My Little Tent, 2042 Spacewalker, Christian, True Mum, T. Meriton, Heart, Soul Homegrown, Mike B, T. Dwayne, East Coast Will, Heidi Delay, Black Gardens, John Smith, Liptus, My Natural Farm, Pacific Northwest Seeds, Ross Kaya, Paul, Lemon, Hoko Trench, Rita, Susan Light, 420 Grant Mandarin, Mary Bound, Sammy Sizzle, 9 Inch Colas, Chris Move, DK Trades, Vision Creator, Guru, The Kind Brew, Cannon Nation, Jay Wire, Richard Forbes, David Clementa, B4P Funk, Nicky T, John Reach, What About Bob, Prince Patty, Daniel Bergman, Green Puffin Man, B. Dungalee, James Chung, Sarge Groves, 818, John Wayne, Carolina Roots, Sister Golden Hair, Deanna L. Dangarino, K&F Gardens, Blank 1030, Choose One, Only Feet, Farmer James, Crypto Dope, Richard Lamb, HIP Grower, Matt Javine, Dan Marino, Chronic Wonder, Sunrise Grows, Top Floor Genetics, Mole Vision 420 again, KM2 Cannabis, Jesse Fisher, My Dog Nelia, Rooster Farms, Alex Hardy, yeah, I was talking to you tonight, brother. Betty Cropper, Med Daniel Grows Photos, Med Growing Med, Sunrise Grows, Lexi, Brittany, and Koo, I love you, baby. I love you now more than ever. No Limit 916, Rubber Toad, No Alchemist, and Canna Mix, and Soulborn and Dixon, Ross Joe, Alex D, Dirty Or Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dan, Propagation Station, John McDaniels, Lisa Marie, Sard Grows 818, Blaze Daily, Fry Power for Perpetual Eagle Proud Warrior, Sales Smiles for you, Frank Wasada, The Date Duchess, Kino, Kelly Maxwell, Captain 420, Frank Wasada, Saint Fat, What About Bob Ilchester, Pop Shroom, Scott, John Gorski, Jen Yo, Dungeon Gangsta, THC4, PTSD, Terry Barrington, Honcho Grown, Swamp Camp, Pierre Lelo, Kill Bingo. I know I just fucked it all up. I'm so sorry. That's up because Jen Doe, Mr. Manny D. Cannon Ferrari, 420 AB Neuro, Frank Guerrero, Bare Feet, J. Brent 74, CK Brown Guy 420, Pachyderm 420, Bearding Tree Main EA, Great Sun Grown 207, Hydro Jelly, Hemp with Gigi, Jamie Ream, Supreme Great Sony Rockefeller, Caveman Cannabis, Bruce City Sin, Hawaii Sustainable, Midnight Roots Dead Sending Knuckles, Michael P, Volley B, Quick B, Nimble, Bud E, Kilowatts, Michael D, 4889, Disbanded Brothers, Facility Man, Joseph, Grace Medicine RX, Keeping Chief, Hydro Daily, Concerned American Cannabis 411, K Freedom with Sweets, Dr. Joints were These Trees, Conscious Sudoku, 710 is Oil Upside Down, Jesse Stevenson, Victoria, Canada Bay, that's who that is. What about Bay? What about Bob again? Sacred Garden, Gus Grove, Slick Rick 8, Dogtown, Zayden, St. Louis, Amoop Watts, Cascade Yeti, Ed Grin, MN Grown, Uncle Elmer, Off Grid Church, Christopher 54, Last 54, Matthew SoCal, Sioux, Illinois, Manbeater, Six Bruce, Dark Horse Genetics, Stoner Dude, Joel and Jen from North South Genetics, Carol Ann, Mr. You Cry, PTA, B13, Leo, Brood, Beyond Perfection, XX Elite, GP, XX, Uncle Stoner Dude, Christmas Tree Kitchen, Growers Paradise, LAD Grow, Iceni, Decoy Bacon, Mrs. Scotto, Fresh Baked One, J. Allen, Big Bob Rose, Jelly, Canna, Australian Grows, Yuck the 420 Garden, Daniel, Phil, Mr. Nowhere Man, Selling Silly, Z-Cell, Silly Seashells, Silly, I'll do it every night though. Wob Wobby, Sean Benz, Rescue Ready, Roadside, Notorious Sons, Magma Seeds, Father and Son, Trimming, Tutorial, Sub T Dake, Jose Martin Perez, Doggo the Hut for 20, Moonbuck, Cheapo Man, GR420 Community Videos, shout out GMO, welcome back. Detroit River Red, Louis Garcia, Michael P, AJ Everyday, Captain Bauder, Cheddar Bob 13, Mist, Main Grower 420, Cookies Coop, Jake Kendricks, In for the Grill, Backwoods All Good. Sally Mansell, Adam Skankin, Chanel Simpson, One Smoke Away, Ganja Roach, Kazoo, Aaron Burning Shrooms, Mr. Lincoln Stinkin, Angel Studios, MG, The 420 Grotep, Paul G. Elliott, John Fleming, Dick Bitch, Fiber Flower, Polly P. Seldom, Seed, Elevated, Lenny Organic, Sunman, Chiba Sunny, Jeff Pollock, Ricardo Sosa, Dan J. Earth Friendly, Farming, Candy Forest Farmer, Fuck All That Be, The Misfit Grower, Jason Line 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 4466, Jason Greystone, Stoner Baker, MD, Sony Creek, Russ Sonic, Fringe Dweller, Tarzan, Superman, Old Man Hermit Hats, Freebird, Mogor, Mattygar, Simple Man, Survival One Time, Tim Blake, Off Coach, Chronic, Stinkfat, Caballero, Polero, Harley Garden, Jen Yard, Jason Line 512, Steve Collins, Todd Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Sharpie, The Island Hate, Scoop C, Speech, JRM, Randy K, Steve Collins, TCDR, Claire Killian, Wardrobe Farming, Randy K, Pit 1000, H Loop 3223, Wake Up, Captain Free to Be, Puffer Smiles, 15 digits, Mr. Gotcha, Mooch Hash, French Cheese, Super Bob, Broski 808, Weekend at Burnings, K-Bag, Justin Station, Strong Style, Organic, Zippy, Medic, House, KL, B All Flower, Brent Boog, Todd Kendricks, KNT, Chris D, True Seal, Botox, Phone, Natty Dread, Barbara Matthews, Ancient Soul, Grown, Kevin Jiu-Jitsu, Kenna Health and Happiness, Berserk 215, Lab, Low Cut, Abby Trending, Bo Manny Med, Raz Bench, Ellen Huge, Jadis, Dave T, Atomic Food, Miss Jill, Big Daddy LT Gardens, High Flyer 420, Lobster Brush Wade, Mother Tree, Maine, Red Pill, Your Boy, Roy Boy, Ecstatic, Shannon Gibson, Ruhan, Rick W. Who's next right here? Let me jump ahead right. Oh, yeah, good tune right here. Your boy, Roy Boy, Ecstatic, Shannon Gibson, Ruhan, Rick W. Comfortably numb one. Smoke Away, The 840 Show, Richard Lamb, Red Pill 710, Cannabis Pursuit, K Rolling, Worthy Bug, Logan Man 81, Oil and Flower Podcast, The After Hours Spec, Warren Dixon, Pink Lady Luck, El Mondo 420, surrounded by Keith Ferrari, Farm Prince Dweller, Single Fathers, Happiness Without Guilt, Mike Steve, 562, Ganja, James Chrysler, Green Ghost Genetics, Zen Zolo, B. Benson, Astro Charlie, Sativa Smooth, Sativa Smurfs, Larry, Sativa Smooth, 4GTCA, Bush Doctor, Dirty Hole Gardens, TK, James D. Reader, Ro Ohms, Corey Gagnon, Green Hill Herb, Hillbilly, Green Hill Farm, Hillbilly Herb, Tasty Worm, Turds, Skunky Brewster, YBF, Larry OG, Abolish Farm, Spartan Grove, Johnny Green Dump 710, Michigan Wildflower, Southern Seed, Gambler, Todd O'Connor, DLP 710, Caribou TV, Virginia Herbs, Red Primo, Equilibrium Genetics, Trophy Truck, Reds, Skyway, Kevin O'Donnell, School of Crop, Stupid Trucker, eBay Bud Tender, The Glass Girl 420 Grow, Ted Nugs, Matt Javine, Grade 77, Ted Nugs, Skunk 8 Glassworks, Beast Mode 347, Mike Atomic Skier, JMC182, Justin Gucci, Webcam, Dan, Stony, Baby, Fat, James Cuda, J Cuda, that is, Pip 1000, Dan, Stony, Sunshine Farm, Daydream, Brad Sard, Mountain Labrie, Scott Nowhere, Justice Mick, North Shore, Red Bear Farms, Two Dog Seeds, Butt Plug Bugaloo. One more here. Muck E, Claudie, Goslin, Mo, Michael T World. Hopefully I got that right. Green Gorilla, CT Garden. Last but not least, Weedus 207. Hopefully you guys know the day, the routine. If this is the end of your day, your journey, please get some rest. If this is the beginning of your day, your journey, have an amazing day. Take time for a little bit of self-love, a little bit of self-care. You cannot give anything you do not have. So if you do not have it in your heart to love and give, take time for yourself to realize what the hell you're doing and what you're doing it for. Get out there, have an amazing, prosperous day along the way, your path, your journey today. Please try to take time to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. I'm a living, breathing example of that. Join me tonight, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 Pacific. Well, my guest will be Dirt Breakdown tomorrow night. Green Goddess, of course, Mrs. Soul Saturday. Fill in the list. If you're one of the people that would like to come on and tell me your story, make my job a little bit easier by volunteering, getting your key to the Weed Nerd world. Hit me up on Instagram. Email me at eaglegardens1@gmail.com. You can also reach me at Instagram, eaglegardens1, or fucking talking shit with Eagle. You guys having a great day. I love you guys. I hope, I pray. I see you tonight, 11:30. Have an amazing day. I am out.